Hi, friends. Welcome into a Thursday edition of the Firm of Harris and Marang. That is Danny to my left. My name is Patrick.
I had somebody monkey call me at the Blazers game last night.
Really?
It was pretty cool.
Dude, I don't know if monkey calls in the wild is a good idea.
I mean, it was
I think
pretty good.
that can be construed a lot of really poor ways.
I got it immediately. Oh, there you go. The volume again. Yep. There you go. There you go. We're going to get that?
Sorry about that. We're good now.
Sorry, I didn't know what that was. I thought it was me.
It's this computer.
Oh.
Sprague turns the volume on, and I always forget to check it, and then it plays me because I have the YouTube up. It's me on a 10-second delay.
It's a daily occurrence.
Jason Swigard, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey. Hi.
Pulling double duty today.
Triple duty, actually.
Triple duty.
Oof.
3 hours of pilots talk today. Is that what we should do? I'm down. We love
I
college
don't
basketball
think we're
here.
there yet. Well, maybe if you combine, yes, they both got both the men and women got nice. Got to ease into the hot tub that is the college basketball season against Willamette.
Hour and a half each.
There you go.
Equal representation.
But the men have Arkansas Pine Bluff tonight.
Ooh.
The old Pine Bluffs.
The APB.
The APB.
Look,
I kind of like how you did that there.
Yeah, not too bad.
I'm sure they know that.
Yeah.
I'm sure they call themselves the APB.
I mean, it's
The
out
Golden Lions out of the SWAC will play their first 11 games on the road to take all the paychecks. They opened up at the Huskies on Monday or Tuesday.
They're doing a West Coast swing, huh?
And then after us, they go to Loyola Marymount and then start working their way back
That
to
is some
Arkansas.
crack research right there.
Wow. It'd be great if they were doing it by bus. Just like
They need
minor
the
league
money so
baseballing
bad
it.
they're on the bus.
Just minor league baseballing it. Bad news bearing it. I mean, APB is. I mean, they've made some tournaments as a.
Yeah, out of the
as a-
SWAC.
as a
They've won the
last draw.
SWAC.
Yeah.
Not the last couple of years.
No, but like the number of times they've popped up on that 16 seed on your bracket is not infrequent.
Boo. I looked up an APB sweatshirt for them, and they all say UAPB.
Yes.
Lame.
Womp, womp, womp.
Missed
womp.
opportunity.
I think that's the officially licensed gear.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got some students making some black market stuff.
Yeah, if you're
You
on
need the home
campus,
field apparel.
or maybe you're maybe it's more their opponents, like Arkansas Little Rock
There you go.
might have the
Use it as a negative?
unofficial
Oh,
stuff.
because I looked at it as a positive. I thought APB would be a positive, but if
No,
your
All
rival,
Points Bulletin is usually we looking for somebody.
Yeah.
I know, like we are looking
That's
for
what I
someone
mean.
to whoop that ass.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was thinking, but no, they're just like, you guys are criminals and we hate you.
No,
I did not think of it that way.
I just had an email on the community notes kind of a deal of, hey, just so everybody was aware, when you saw those cops in Sherwood the other night, it was a high-speed chase. Apparently, they deployed the spike strips twice for this guy.
Oh.
Escaped a correctional institute from Chehalis, Washington.
I know where that correctional
I know.
facility is.
Drive right by
On
that
I-5.
bad boy.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
So apparently he escaped that. The list of charges that this dude had at the end of this. So it was the warrant for
got
escape.
Quite a bit south pretty quickly.
Yeah, he stole a car in Tualatin. And the guy.
Well, how'd he get to Tualatin?
How to get to Tualatin?
That's a fair point. But
That's a deep drive from Chehalis to Tualatin.
Yeah.
So,
that's well, depending on how fast you're going.
I mean,
Right.
probably
hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah.
but should be like 3.5.
But dude apparently stole the car like in front of the guy whose car it was, and the other guy who had somebody else with him and was following behind the stolen car, called the cops, and they ran this guy through spike strips on Sunset in Sherwood, and then Meineke in Sherwood.
Okay.
And they ended up like sideswiping in the Tualatin Sherwood 99 intersection and hit a bunch of other people. But the list of charges was like, obviously escaping the correctional institute. He was there for, I think he got arrested for like felony theft or something like that. And then he had evasion, endangerment, reckless driving.
But if you escaped an institution and jail, I don't think you care about those charges.
Well, he didn't. He clearly did not want to go back.
Not at that point.
Yeah. But I saw the update. I guess it was last night or the night before. It was Sherwood Police, because I'm in the region, and sends these things out of like, hey,
Yeah.
and I was like, yo, what is this?
You are on the Twitters 99.9% of the time more than I am.
Yes.
How many times are you community noted?
I've never been community noted.
Never been community
No.
noted? I want to meet somebody that was community noted. I want to know what that feels like. When
I
they're
don't
like,
remember
actually,
one.
you're wrong. These are the real facts.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, a lot of the stuff that I tweet out is just data.
Yeah.
So it's
well, the United States government tweets out data all the time that gets community noted.
Sure. But mine is just like the raw data.
Yeah, I suppose opinions can't be like community noted either, right?
I mean, I guess they could.
If I say I think Dante Moore's going to throw a pick, that can't be community noted.
No, they'd call you dumb.
Call me very dumb.
But,
Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
It happens.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I thought that was nuts, It's been a weird morning with that and the Spolstra's house fire.
Yeah, man, how does your house catch on fire?
I mean, I don't know, but like the
story said it had been undergoing renovations.
Oh.
So who knows what equipment was there, if something was going on. And
somebody's getting fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like he came home to it because they flew home after their game last night.
Yeah, because they're coming home because the Blazers are literally leaving tomorrow
Saturday
to go play them. Yeah, the Blazers, I'm sure, are going to go ahead and get out of town a little early to go to Miami for the weekend.
Dude, somebody at that...
you hand the Thunder their first loss, you deserve a little beach time.
Somebody at that construction company just cost his company like...
millions of dollars.
$17 million.
You hope their insurance policies are paid up.
I'm sure they are. If you're doing Spo's house, I'm sure your insurance policies are up to date.
You're bonded pretty well.
And if they're not, you're going to owe more money because you're going to get sued. As my 9-year-old says, I'm going to sue you.
But what's crazy is the Miami-Dade Fire Department has like released video of the damage, like the walkthrough, and I'm like, should that be out there? Like, should everybody be able to see Spo's the remnants of Spo's house?
I always wanted.
There's not much left.
I know, but like,
I always wanted to see inside Spo's house. I didn't need to go to this length to do it.
Like, I don't want that out there. Hey, here's my life burned to a crisp. I mean, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe it's me. I'm not usually one to get bothered by this kind of thing, but I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe we don't need that out there.
This will always live in infamy in Portland Trailblazer fandom love on the YouTubes. I'm sure somehow that fire was the fault of the Blazers not trading Damian Lillard to the Heat for Tyler Hero and some garbage.
Yeah.
Dude, I lurk around in Reddit a lot, dude, and there's still people that are salty about that.
Dude, I the number of people I had to block from Miami, including media members, was staggering. The number of people who told me to go kill myself.
Dude, that's an unbelievable situation. I can't believe that's what they got so mad about.
And if you don't think that I enjoy that I was right all along, you're out of your freaking mind.
And if you look and see like how the experiment went with Giannis, like things didn't go well, not to their expectations in Milwaukee. I mean, they made the playoffs and stuff, but either Dame would get hurt or Giannis will get hurt, and it was a tough situation. If I'm a Heat fan, I might be like, thanks for not trading Damian Lillard, because I don't think their team was. Well, they had Jimmy Butler at the time.
Yeah.
Jimmy and Dame would be dope.
Yeah,
that's when I was dreaming about having Jimmy Butler on the Blazers.
And there was a time that Jimmy Butler could have been a Trailblazer.
He should have been.
Yeah, well, talk to Neil O'Shea.
I'm going to pass on that.
It was on the table.
I don't know what I would say to Neil O'Shea.
It was on the table.
Okay, like you know what you would say to Neil O'Shea.
Oh yeah.
I as someone who met
I'd offer him water.
Yeah. As a man who met the man once, they were doing a preseason get together at this place I worked at in Lake Oswego. And he told us that it was a closed door and nobody could go in. So naturally, it was an event space that was also a movie theater. So naturally, I went into the booth so I could hear what was going on. Now, nothing was going on. It was like Stotts talking about, it was like the beginning of the scene, we're going to work real hard and we're going to compete every night and But that's the only time I ever met Neil O'Shea. So I have no idea what I would say to him. I would probably say hello, shake his hand. And I would probably ask him what he's up to these days. Does anybody know what he's up to these days?
He's a consultant for the 76ers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I've run into him.
VJ Edgecombe? Has he got a VJ jersey?
Yeah, probably.
Should.
I wonder if he drove 2 hours in the snow to go scout him like he did CJ.
Is VJ Edgecombe too tall to be a guard drafted by Neil O'Shea?
He is slightly taller than both Dame and CJ. But he did draft Will Barton, and Will was kind of a combo guard forward.
How tall is O'Shea?
Neil's probably 6'2", 6'3".
Does he just want to be able to see eye to eye?
He's tall. Yeah, he's tall.
Like I said, you
guys
get to a certain height, and y'all just taller than me.
I haven't been around him in a while, but he's taller than me, but I'm a whopping 5'10", so.
I always thought I looked him dead in the eye.
How tall are you?
I am an even 6 feet.
Okay.
See, he wanted guards that he could look in the eye.
He did have tall hair though too.
Well, yeah.
The tall hair
The,
maybe
the
makes him
silver
feel,
fox.
Yeah. Look, I mean, you can't take. He's a soap opera guy. Like he's a good-looking guy. Come on,
He's good looking.
You got to give him that.
Although when he's uncomfortable, he looks really uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, no,
like the little water bottle sip thing, and with his eyes like
the side profile photo. That is
that's a rough look.
Yeah,
brother.
that's
a rough
tough
look
out there. But yeah,
I'm sure he's listening to this award-winning program right now.
I'm sure he's not. 100% certain that he is not. He knows how I feel about him.
Oakley dokley. Well, we do got a show for you today. The firm of Harris and Marang. There's a lot to get to. We'll have 10 Toes Down at 12:15. We do that every single Thursday. You can send in your thoughts, questions, concerns about your life, about sports, something that you need an unequivocal answer for. No halfsies. We have to be 100% firm on this with 2 feet on the ground, all 10 toes, choosing one way or the other. So we'll have that today. I have a drinking segment today. Wonderful for Web Gems in our update on college beer consumption.
There you go.
I saw that tweet.
Yes, and the guy had to retract some of his original thoughts. I found
Well, it was not. He did not have a complete vault of information.
Correct.
I think he was, angling for more details.
And I think he was a little. I think he was a little biased. Not biased,
Well,
but I think he just judged people.
Might have been sampling product, too.
Might have been sampling product. We'll have a nice conversation today about politics and sports.
Oh, I'm sure that'll go well.
I'm sure that will go really, really well. They tend to when we have these wide open things, Daniel. They tend to. But we'll start here. The Blazers snap a victory from the Oklahoma City Thunder. And boy, what the hell is going on? That's next. 105.1 The Fan.
fan.
Yeah, that's right. You heard it from Kevin Calabro. 10:17 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it. We're live from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. She lets you interact with us throughout the entire day. I love this text. Arkansas Pine Bluff, the all-time winningest college football franchise on my 2009 EA Sports college football game.
Heck yeah, baby.
That's a winner right there. That's a winner right there. And speaking of winners, Blazers take down the Thunder, as you heard from Kevin Calabro, for the first time in 16 tries.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the 17th try gets it done?
17th try got it done. If they had lost last night, they would have tied their record for most consecutive losses to a franchise. It's to the Celtics and the Lakers. They're both at 17.
Did you happen to look at our show sheet last night when you got home?
No.
Because I had to change it this morning, because at halftime I wrote, Blazers routed by OKC. And I came in this morning and I was like, maybe nobody will notice this. I'll fix that.
I will
quick.
say, I usually do have our show sheet up, but the internet was so bad in the arena last night, I had to close down anything that I wasn't using that second in order to keep up with stuff. Yeah.
But a nice little dub. A nice little dub.
Great win considering how that first quarter went. Good God, they got absolutely smoked. Through the first 5 minutes, they had 5 turnovers and 1 made shot. It was setting up to be a 50-point bludgeoning.
And that's what I expected. I mean, you look at some of these numbers, too. I know they were missing guys on Oklahoma City, but Shea played 38 minutes last night. You know, we talked yesterday. Is he the most efficient player in the NBA if you can play 29 minutes and score 30 points? Last night, he played almost the entire game.
And
kind of had to once things got wild.
Tumani Kamara deserves a metric crap ton of credit.
Without a doubt. You think Shea looks at Tumani, he's like, I hate that guy.
Yeah, I know players do.
Yeah.
I
not
can't,
really, because he's a nice guy.
No. The number of players, like high-end scorers, all-stars that I have talked to over the last 2 years about Tumani, they all use a phrase that I cannot say on the radio, and it is the most complimentary phrase.
Is it
possible.
like a Bowen, Tony Allen kind of thing?
It's not.
By the way, Tony Allen stepped in it.
Yeah. Well, he's a bleepity bleep. And it's said with like a little bit of a smirk and like a head shake of
and
like
a really frustrated head shake.
Yeah, it's like that dude just is relentless. And look, Shea finishes with 35, 12 of 13 from the free throw line. He's 35, 9 and 4, but it's on 10 of 26.
Yeah, not a good shooting night.
The difficulty of shots that Shea had, and man, he hit some shots when they needed it. Good gravy. But when you make a guy work like that, that's what you do to stars. Because they're going to get theirs. They're going to find a way to get theirs. And the Blazers had their own version of that. Denny Avdia, man. Denny
Avdia. I mean, that's the real story of this. Denny was the guy. There were some cool clips about him kind of being a leader at the bench and talking to, I think it was Tumani he was talking to about kind of some things that need to be done, some kind of adjustments and things. That is the dude right now. Dare I say the best player on the Blazers?
It's not even dare I say. It's Denny's the best player on the Blazers, and
he's the most dynamic player by far.
Yeah, he makes the Blazers must-watch basketball because he plays with so much heart and effort. And
but he can get his and he can play make.
And I know sometimes I've been a little critical of him in the just driving to the basket. It is an entertaining brand of basketball, and what he was able to do last night pulled the Blazers out of that and got them back into that game because it had blowout written all over it, and that team mustered it up. But I will say, if those 3-point shots don't fall, this team is toast.
Well, so for those that may have missed the game last night, Denny started the game out 0 for 11.
Not good.
0 for 11, but he finished the night with 16 free throws, and what he kept doing, you could see him. He was visibly frustrated. There was a couple sequences where he had some shots at the rim. His left hand just betrayed him last night. He missed like 3 left-handed finishes that badly. And it was just like, dude, what happened there? But he had a couple more chances at the rim where he just kind of left it short, and you could see him just getting frustrated, but he didn't stop going to. If you are a star in the NBA, there are nights that shots aren't going to fall. And you just have, I mean, Shea was 10 of 26.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
struggles continue.
But if you have to find a way. Denny finishes the night 26 points, 10 boards, 9 assists, 2 steals, and a block shot.
That's pretty good.
That's a hell of a night.
You're touching all aspects of the court that night. And we talked about this too yesterday with Tiago and just seeing another day, another game without, a Matisse Thybulle, and how's this rotation going to look? Doo-Wop Reith, the best 3-point shooter on the Blazers.
So last night,
Doo-Wop.
Splitter had another moment that I'm kind of filing away. So he goes to Wop a little bit early in the game.
They got me all wet.
There you go. He paint a little bit of a picture if you're not aware of like what the dunker spot is. The dunker spot is a spot about 4 feet outside the paint on each side, even with the rim, so running the baseline. So if you're thinking about like Drew or Denny driving the rim and that big steps up to help, it's that little shovel pass that you throw underneath, and guys are usually setting up there. Well, what is Wob? He's not a lob finisher. He's not a rim finisher. He's a three-point shooter. I think he's first or second in the NBA since he came into the league in three-point attempt rate per 36 for bigs. It's like it's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
Man gets threes up. Well, in this new offense, the 5-man for Portland is not a guy who's spacing to the corners all that often. So what Splitter does is he goes with a double big lineup, which is interesting considering what OKC was doing.
Well, I was kind of asking if he would ever go to that. I kind of was. I'm curious about it, and not just with the guys we have available now, but like I'm curious about that with Young at some point. I know he's not ready, but those are the kind of things I'm interested in. Is how big of a lineup can he go with?
It's not even a readiness thing. It's a move your feet thing.
Yeah.
Like and Wap got put in positions where he got caught on SGA a couple times, and it was like, oop, this is going to go well, because he's a 5-man. He is, but he goes with Wap at the 4 and Donovan at the 5. And what this does is it allows Donovan to be the rim gravity guy and Wap to space to the corners, and all because the Lakers did it the best. They said pack the paint, make him shoot over the top. The game plan was very quickly from OKC was break the press, get into our stuff offensively, limit some possessions, but try to play quick. But on defense, we're going to pack the paint, we're going to gap, we are going to play underneath everything, we're going to make you shoot over the top, and the Blazers just threw up brick after brick after brick. So what do? You get a guy out there who's a consistent, reliable three-point shooter, you get him to space, you still have your rim gravity in Donovan, you're going to give up some things defensively, but you are struggling offensively, so you have to find something. And Wap hits 3 after 3 after 3 in that second quarter after just a god-awful first quarter. They come out there and they get it done, and they outscore them by 12. It's a 36-24 second quarter, and then they had a 40-33 fourth quarter to finish. And in that fourth quarter, that's when the dude showed up.
And I think that's just I think even though it's a small sample size, there is something that I know is this team has effort and will play with effort every single night. That is something I know. Also a short sample size, but I still believe that this is a legit concern. The offense is a struggle, and I think with how great this defense is, it's going to be a fine needle to thread for Tiago on when giving up some defense, to your point on Duop Reith, when he's going to give up some defense to allow some more offense to come in. Because that's the challenge right now. Drew Holiday had a great night last night shooting. He had a great night shooting, but Denny was rough in the first half. Now, Denny turned it on in the end, and everything is fine.
Well, the fourth quarter was damn near perfect. As a team, they shot 13 of 16 from the floor, 6 of 7 from 3, 8 of 8 from the free throw line. But the only problem they had was they had a handful of turnovers.
But there's only one guy shooting on this team that I know is going to get 18 to 20 a night, and it's Jeremy Grant.
Well,
and that's
Denny
a problem.
will.
Denny will, maybe.
No, I mean,
what if last night continued the way it was going, you know?
I mean, that's the thing is it didn't. He got to getting to the free throw line and shooting what he did from the free throw line, that matters. That matters because in 82, that's everybody always wants to look at season. They want to look at season field goal percentage, season 3-point percentage, season this, season this. Is like, no, man, you got to find ways in certain nights because there's going to be a night where Denny goes like 13 of 16 from the field. He's gonna counterbalance that. He's gonna have some really, really, really good shooting nights.
Well, this is where the baseball guy will step in, dude. Basketball is the exact same way, dude.
Yeah.
It's a game of runs.
Yeah.
It's ebbs and flows. It's streaky. It's all that.
Guys are beat up.
Shooting a basketball, again, if you shoot a basketball and miss it 50% of the time, you're in like the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
You know, like it is a very, very hard game. And when you have situations like that, it's going to force you to be streaky. I think it's just it's a topic that continues to get brought up with this team because the defense is so good.
Yeah.
That you're kind of like, well, where's that other side? If we just had that other side, we'd be exponentially better.
Well, that's the whole point. That's what I've been trying to say for coming into the season. They don't.
Yeah.
But Denny is playing at an all-star level.
He really is.
He legitimately is. And these guys last night, that fourth quarter was incredible. Denny was great, 4 of 5. Drew was 3 of 3. Tumani's 3 of 3. Together, those guys were all, 6 of 6 from 3. And they find a way to I don't care how shorthanded they are. I don't care that Lou Dort and Chet and Caruso are out. The Blazers don't have Dame, Tease, Blake, Scoot. Like, they're short guys, too. Like, that's a real, like, they don't have guards right now. Like, that's a problem for them. So,
and I'm sure on the coaching staff, and a credit to them because they knew, still teams playing back-to-backs, and they played the super late 8 p.m. Or NBC Peacock game. They said, just if you keep your effort up eventually and you force them to play 48 minutes, eventually you'll have an opportunity to come back in this game. And then you saw it in the fourth quarter where they kept moving the ball, they kept moving, kept their spacing, forced them to have to get, and that's where you saw eventually they got looks, they found their stroke, and they were able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a night-by-night thing, and I really hate that these 4 games, as we've talked about all week, coming off back-to-backs, I really can't wait to get out of this. Because it's so difficult sometimes to actually, like, Swag, you bring up a great point in terms of effort and just continue to wear these guys down and you'll get there. But what game have we seen that really shows this team so far? I don't think we've seen one yet.
I think every game is shown except for the Laker game.
Well, I just mean like this team at full strength. Now there's more injuries. And this team at full strength against another team at full strength. Again, we're a small sample size, but I haven't quite seen that without somebody saying, well, Matisse Thybulle's out or Luka Doncic is out.
You don't get that in any sport, though. You don't get that in the NFL. You don't get it in baseball. You don't get it in the NHL. That's the part of the deal.
Think about college basketball. I mean, especially for all the mid-majors that I see, you are getting around 50 to 60% roster turnover every year with the portal. Your non-conference is essentially trying to figure out what your rotation, who can do what on a given night, so that when you get to conference play, you have an idea of who you can count on and what you can count on at both ends of the floor. And then hopefully you can develop it, master it, refine it, so when you get to the conference tournament, you give yourself a chance to get the postseason play. That's what college basketball has become, unless you are a true blue blood bringing in McDonald's All-Americans or the top D1 transfers every year.
If you're a Duke, a Florida.
And so in the NBA right now, you don't have to worry about, identity or this, that, or the other thing. You do have 4 or 5 guys that you expect to be able to count on any given night not playing. So it's more about figuring out who can do what on any given night. Obviously, they've found Young is just not ready.
Yep.
So you get Reith in there, and it's like, okay, he can do that. And there were going to be times that we are going to need him to come in and knock down threes and crash the offensive glass. And so when I need it, I know I can call on it.
And that's been the interesting thing about Splitter so far is he has pushed some buttons. He has tried some things. Again, moving WAP to the 4 that's not a inside the box deal. It was like, okay, we need to have this rim protection because the Thunder are going to press and they're going to go to the rim.
It's also showing his faith in Donovan. Knowing that Donovan's going to do his job down there.
And that was the thing is, I know we're up against it, but Donovan hasn't been great this season.
I know. He's my guy. I watch him every single game. Every game, he's where my eyeballs go. I need you to stop
picking guys and picking teams because everything you pick just doesn't go well.
I love Shaden Sharp and Donovan Clingan.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. And the YouTube comments like, I like Splitter, but I don't like it because he pulls Shaden. There's a reason Shaden's getting pulled, guys. It's not Chauncey's not there, and it's still happening. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's a thing. He's being hunted. He's tired. His ankle's bothering him. He's inconsistent in when he chooses and how he chooses. Look at the brand new coach that is coming in and who he's trusting and when he's trusting them.
Right.
Like
everything changes when that happens.
So it's just go with it until he proves otherwise.
Blazers take down the Thunder 121-119. They'll take on the Heat on Friday.
Who wouldn't? A 5-game road trip.
Who wouldn't
Saturday.
Saturday, excuse me. Who wouldn't like a nice little weekend in Miami?
Well, them and Spoelstra both living in a hotel.
Ouch.
Well,
Spo's our guy, dude.
I love Spo.
Play FR Pilot alone.
Look,
Spo's our guy.
I love Spo.
It sounds like you hate Spo.
No, I love Spo.
That's it. Danny hates Shaden Sharp and Eric Spoelstra and Dante Moore. Yep. I did not forget that you hate Dante Moore. I did not forget that.
So much.
All right. When we come back, some musical chairs in the sports world. Does this get you going for any way, or is this just ruining things that already sucked? We'll get to that next, but first, we'll toss it over to Swigard with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a team of attorneys you can put your trust in. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, Blazers enjoying the spoils of their rally from a 22-point deficit to hand the defending champion Thunder Their first loss of the season, 121-119, thanks to shooting 81% in the fourth quarter. Denny Avdia led Six Blazers in double figures with 26. And now Portland will enjoy a little sun in South Beach as they start a 5-game road trip against the Heat on Saturday. Thursday Night Football offering up an AFC West grudge match from the Mile High City. Broncos hosting the Raiders. 5:15 kick on Prime Video. Denver 9.5-point favorites, trying to stay atop the division at 7-2 entering the game. Also from the NFL, Cardinals put quarterback Kyler Murray on injured reserve. He'll miss at least the next 4 games. Many speculating he's taken his last snap with Arizona. Jacoby Brissett will get the start Sunday against the Seahawks. You'll hear that game right here on The Fan. From the Major League, San Diego Padres have agreed to a 3-year contract with recently retired relief pitcher Craig Stammen. He will be their next manager, succeeding Mike Schilt. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Jason Swigard from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of .80 a.m.
Shout out to the YouTubers, youtube.com/1051 The Fan. Thanks for joining us. Good morning to you all out there. I'm told we sound great today on the air from an audio quality. Shout out the engineers and everybody working hard to
Josh has been working furiously behind the scenes.
figure out that crazy-eyed McGinley situation going on up there.
I mean, let's be honest. Still Crazy Eyes was probably back there just cutting wires and, stitching them together.
Dude, those were the good old days. I'm
Now,
not
look,
gonna lie.
it's not a shot at him. The man got it done.
Yeah. Reminds me of my dad.
You'd ask him something, he'd just kind of grumpily shake his head and like, I'll figure it out.
I've never seen a man vape indoors more than that man. Never in my life. Just ripping, dude. If he could have heaters in the building, he would never put one down.
Yeah.
He would never put one down.
He reminds me of a buddy I knew for a long time, man. Who I've mentioned it on the show before a couple years ago. He used to smoke, or I think he still smokes, but he would put the cigarette butt in, like, the back of his teeth, and that thing would never, like, he'd always have his hands free. But he would smoke with a cigarette butt, like, in the back of his teeth.
That's wild.
Oh, dude, whole conversations, that thing just bouncing up and down the whole time. He could, but he would ash it without ever needing to touch it. It was just the most insane thing. So many people have meet him for the first time, like, through me or around me, and they're like, "Does that thing ever leave?" And I'm like, "Nope." He's like, you'd watch him, like, work on something, and it's just, like, sitting there in the back of his teeth. Indoor, outdoor, didn't matter, man. It was there always.
Did you ever see Mauricio Sarri, the Italian coach?
Oh, yeah.
And his cigarette butts that he would chew on? That is the most disgusting thing I can think of. Well, they banned him from smoking on the sidelines, which is funny because they banned smoking on the sidelines in England decades ago, but in Italy it was only like a few years ago that they banned it.
I was watching a Champions League match we had it on the other day. There's there's fans in the stand ripping darts.
You get Eastern European, dude, and they've got like a pint of vodka on them and heaters for the next 2 hours.
They're just thrilled to do it.
Some musical chairs going on in the sports world. I'm curious if any of this gets your pants tight. Drew Brees leaving ESPN to go to Fox. Sounds like he's going to take Mark Sanchez's spot, which is open. It is currently available, I would think. I don't think they fired him though, right?
No, well,
is he just on
legal process.
Administrative leave?
The legal process.
Yeah. I'm interested to see Drew Brees on the call. I bet she's better than Tom's braids.
Yeah, I mean it's.
And doesn't look like a possessed Ken doll.
Yeah, well, I mean, Breeze has been doing stuff for ESPN, like just kind of filling in on the side here and there, making appearances. But he knows the game, and listen to him talk. I like listening to Orlovsky. I do. Like there are guys that I really enjoy listening to talk. I have found that the guys that I love talking football the most are offensive linemen. Offensive linemen are my favorite guys.
Like they want, like, what do you mean they're your favorite in the sense that they like to talk football?
How they talk about the game. Because the minutia that goes into what they do, like especially like I love listening to Jason Kelce talk. When he's talking football, I love it's not just his personality.
I was going to argue his personality also really helps more so than most offensive linemen.
But Whitworth is the same way.
Yeah, that's true.
Completely different personality.
I love Whitworth.
But like offensive linemen, because of their roles and what they need to do and how they have to see the game, it is all inclusive. You have to know every single, like wide receivers, do they know what's going on? Yeah, of course they're not dumb. Well, some are dumb, but
a lot of them are
dumb. A lot of them dumb. But like you listen to wide receivers talk half the time and you're just like, what are like think
Dude, you heard Plaxico Burress on his radio show? That is a rough listen.
Just listen to wide receivers talk about football a lot of times and it's like, what did you just say? And it's just like but you listen to offensive linemen, you listen to middle linebackers, and you listen to quarterbacks. Yeah, those are the three positions of guys that I want to hear the most because of their roles of what they do.
That's a good point. It's like you can talk to a chef about, I use these locally foraged mushrooms and I use this, this cut of beef that I got from this farm. Go talk to the prep cook.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Go talk to the prep cook and ask them, how is this going down? Yeah. We'll see.
How I picked out the mushrooms, what beef I grabbed and why, and how much fat was on it. And
exactly.
It's all of the minutia.
I mean, how many offensive linemen don't even see the score on the play because they're like on the ground doing their job?
Yeah. Then they go run and pick up their quarterback. Go, hey, good job, little man.
While the receiver who didn't catch the ball is like dancing to the end zone with the guy with the ball. Yeah. Does Kenny the Jet going to morning shows with potentially Stephen A. Smith want to make you die?
Kenny loves money.
I love Kenny the Jet, dude.
Kenny loves money.
How long until Kenny the Jet realizes that was a terrible idea? How long until Kenny the Jet Smith, who I love on Inside the NBA, probably the most underrated guy on the board, mostly because Ernie is Ernie, and then you've got the clowns on the sides. How long until Kenny realizes that he doesn't love money that much?
I don't know. ESPN cut some pretty good checks.
Cut good checks. I saw him on the NBA Countdown yesterday. He was pretty comfortable with Malone and Perk, and
I mean, he's always going to be great in a room.
Yeah.
But what if he's got to sit on a morning show with Screamin' A? You know, like how long is that going to last?
He deals with Chuck and Shaq and has done it for 30
But Chuck and
years.
Shaq are funny and say real things.
Yeah.
That guy is not funny and says stupid things.
Well, that's the thing is Kenny will probably go, "That's stupid." How many times has he called Shaq or Chuck stupid? Like on TV.
Kenny,
twice a segment.
That's what I mean.
He'll get right into it.
Yeah.
The question will be what Stephen A. does. That'll be the question.
I love Kenny the Jet.
Yeah, no, I mean it's great. I mean, it's good for him. If it's more of him and less of the others, great. But I just don't think that's going to be the reality. But yeah, there's a lot of bouncing around, and also there's a lot of discussion now about who's going to get the next number one chair. Is it going to be Breeze? Is it going to be Greg Olson?
It's got to be Greg Olson.
I think so. I think Greg's great.
It's got to be Greg Olson. Yeah. And that's, I think, why we're so critical of Tom's, is that he's just kind of plastic.
Well, I mean, it's like asking why wasn't Michael Jordan a better owner? It's like, because he's the greatest of all time.
Well, yeah,
it's just different.
I just think if you're gonna be an announcer, like, be good at it. Nobody's watching the game because Tom Brady's on the call.
I mean, Patriots sickos are.
No, they're not.
They're out there.
Dusty Harris not watching the game
not
because Tom Brady's is on the
I'm
call.
talking dyed-in-the-wool clam chowder for breakfast, New England Patriot fan. They have a shrine.
Wow.
They have their the Catholic saints, and then right next to it is Tom Brady in a photo. Like, have you not seen
but he's
these?
on their premier game of the week.
Yeah.
But, like, we're watching that game no matter what.
Game no matter
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather have Greg Olson.
But I would too. But I'm saying that there's sicko Patriot fans that are.
Who else would get the one chair over him? Breeze? No way. I haven't heard Breeze do that.
I'm just saying, like, it's going to be.
Greg Olson's tried and true.
He is. He's great at
genius.
it.
That man's a genius.
Because I don't think Romo's going to get it.
Romo's already got it.
Different network.
Yeah. Romo's already got the one chair on a different network. You know?
Like, we've never seen them change networks.
Sure. I'm a Romo guy, though.
He's fine.
I think he's silly. That's why I like him.
He's fine.
I don't know. What do you think, Jen? I love it.
But no, give Olsen the one chair. I'm totally fine with that.
Speaking of Greg Olson, his former team is the Carolina Panthers. Let's have a conversation about how to be a bad NFL team.
Ooh.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
The best way to be
I'm
a
a
bad
Raiders
NFL
fan.
team, and we will.
I am bathed in this, born in it. Are you kidding? I'm not born in it. I was born into one of the winningest franchise in professional sports until 2002.
We will chat about some Thursday night football tonight, but yeah, the best route to go to be a bad NFL teams. I'll read you some stats on a current NFL coach that I think is going to get fired that will blow your mind. We'll do that next. 105.1 The Fan. Coming up in the 11 o'clock hour, we'll have a conversation that I'm sure will go swimmingly about politics being involved in sports. And I bring that up due to the ongoing situation at LSU, along with the Adam Silver appearing before Congress as well to answer some questions. We'll chat a little Thursday night football. Is this a get-right game for old Bo? And why on earth would you trade the best player on the planet? That'd be a real stupid thing. And we'll have web gems as well, so hang around for hour number deuce. But I wanted to kind of think about, I was laughing coming into today to kind of wrap my head around Denver Broncos and Raiders and like how I can get invested in this football game because it's going to be a tough one to do. So I kind of started thinking, and I know, Danny, you are a fan of the Raiders, who do count as one of the bad teams in football. I think your bad teams in football that are kind of consistently bad, maybe not necessarily, but are bad. We'll just use this year for the sake of argument.
Sure.
Okay, we'll throw the Tennessee Titans in there, the Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Raiders, the Giants, the Panthers. For sake of conversation, I know they're 5-4, but for sake of conversation, the Saints and the Cardinals. Now, a lot of these teams have the same problem that they don't have a quarterback.
Yes.
Okay. Bengals specifically
Yes.
are really tough. But there are different routes you can go. I think Tennessee is okay being bad right now because they have a new quarterback, number one guy that they're trying to look for. The Raiders, I think, are actually in a great situation of being bad. They needed Pete to come in and be stable.
They just suck.
They needed an adult in the room. They just suck.
That's all. It's not dysfunction. It's not.
They're rosterless.
Yeah, I mean, Geno has been horrendous, but their offensive line outside of Colton Miller and JPJ is not good. Ashton Genty has nowhere to run because they're loading the box because their wide receiver core is non-existent, and they just traded away Jacoby Myers, who was their number one wide receiver, who should be a number 3 on most teams.
They're just bad.
Brock Bowers has missed what? He missed 5 weeks, 6 weeks, but when he's been on the field, he's been the best tight end in the NFL by orders of magnitude. But it's just like, they're just not good.
They're just not good. You flip that over to a team like the Saints.
They're not good, and they're dysfunctional, and they're rudderless. They don't make any sense. There's nowhere to go.
You come out the gates with Spencer Rattler, despite drafting a quarterback in the second round, Tyler Shuck, who nobody knows why you drafted Tyler Shuck. You don't play him. I mean, they're finally playing him now, but you don't play him for weeks, even though Rattler is clearly not a guy. And every single draft board has you taking a quarterback. So, like, what are we doing there? The big one for me, honestly, is Zach Taylor in Cincinnati.
You just don't like Zach Taylor.
I don't like Zach Taylor, and I think it's because I used to like Zach Taylor. Without Joe Burrow, now obviously that's a big deal. Joe Burrow's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and from a talent perspective, maybe a top 5 all time from talent.
Sure.
Like an Aaron Rodgers, how we have that combo with Aaron Rodgers. Zach Taylor is 9-28 without Joe Burrow.
Well, the downside of that is that there's 37 games without Joe Burrow.
That's the truth. That is a winning percentage of .243. Only 4 qualified coaches in NFL history have a worse winning percentage than that. And they are Burt Bell, Hugh Jackson, Steve Spagnuolo, and Gus Bradley. Notable coaches that have more wins than Zach Taylor without Joe Burrow are John McKay, who started 0-26 with the Bucs, Pat Shurmur, Lane Kiffin, Jim Schwartz, Nathaniel Hackett, and Matt Patricia.
I really hate how many Raiders coaches are on that list.
There was a lot on there.
There was a lot of Raiders coaches in the last 20 years on that list. That
Sorry, buddy.
Tough.
Sorry, buddy.
I was like, yep, Raiders. Yep, Raiders. Yep,
Okay.
Raiders.
Hugh Jackson, yep, that's Raiders.
Yep.
Lane Kiffin, oops, yep.
Yep.
And I think that's just part of them being a bad organization, that you are a quarterback away from hiding all of your faults. Look how much.
But that's front office though too, and ownership.
Agreed.
That's where that comes from.
Look at how much we bash on Bryce Young. Okay, you've said it multiple times. I think nobody really disagrees with you. I've kind of fallen in love with the kid. Like, I want him to be good.
Look, I don't think he's a bad guy.
But you're not wrong.
No.
Like, anything anybody says about Bryce Young, they're not wrong. But I just find myself trying to, like, root for the little engine that could.
You really do like things that aren't good.
Well, I'm a hopeless romantic, Danny. I'm a hopeless romantic. Look no further. The Carolina Panthers are 5-4. Okay, that's a quote-unquote bad team.
There's
Are
some
they not?
sort of just pure unadulterated magic.
Because what happens is sometimes you get in a group of coaches or a front office that actually start doing their job.
Well, also, real quick, their wins are against the Falcons, Cowboys, Jets, and then that weird game against the Packers.
I don't care, man. Those are W's.
Well, somebody has to win those games.
Guess who's not winning those games? The Jets, the Dolphins, the Saints, the Cowboys. There's different levels of being bad, and I think
with the exception of the Falcons game, which they won 30-0, which made absolutely zero sense.
Right.
I still hate them for that win. They beat the Dolphins, who were a tire fire by a field goal. They beat the Cowboys, who were a tire fire by a field goal. They beat the Jets in a 13-6 game, and they beat the Packers 16-13 because Jordan Love forgot how to quarterback.
But if you are a bad NFL team, I would rather just be bad.
Oh, than being the mediocre because you.
Who would you rather have as a quarterback, Geno Smith or Tua? The answer's Tua. Don't kid yourself.
I had to think
Tua's
about
got issues.
Oh no, I had to.
Tua's got issues,
yeah.
but I would rather have Tua than Geno by far. I'd rather be the Raiders bad than the Dolphins bad.
Oh yeah,
because I'd rather just be bad.
Not only that, the roster composition, the salaries, and the commitments, and all those things. Like the Raiders have a pretty clean slate,
and I think the Dolphins have more talent than the Raiders do,
which is kind of weird.
But where does it start? Ownership, GM fired, dead man walking at the head coach. Being bad, man, there are different ways to be bad. There aren't many different ways to be good. Good teams are just good.
Yeah.
But boy, there are ways to be bad. And I feel for all of you out there. Also, go Bryce Young.
Ugh, weirdo.
You can't count on much, but you can't always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Stream your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long, starting at just $30 for your first year. That's like $250 a month. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. I'm currently watching Paramount Plus right now. Sprague's Nottingham Forest taking on a team that I've never heard of that used to play in a stadium called Arnold Schwarzenegger Stadium. When we come back, our number deuce rolls along. Politics and sports. Where's the fine line? 105.1 The Fan.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Portland Trailblazers now 5-3 on the young season, handing the Thunder their first loss on the campaign. They did it after falling behind by 22 in the first quarter, shot 81% in the final period for a 121-119 victory. That will boost them on their next 5-game road trip, which begins Saturday night in Miami. Thursday night football features an AFC West grudge match from the Mile High City. Broncos hosting the Raiders. Denver 9.5-point favorites for the 5:15 kick on Prime Video, trying to stay atop the division at 7-2 entering the game. Also from the NFL, Cardinals put quarterback Kyler Murray on injured reserve. He'll miss at least the next 4 games. Many think he's done playing in an Arizona jersey. Jacoby Brissett will start again this Sunday as they entertain the Seahawks right here on The Fan. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Jason Swigart from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of
All right, hour number deuce. If you missed any of the first hour, you can download that, the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts, over on the YouTubes. If you missed Josh Pate this morning on Dirt and Sprague, you can catch that on the YouTube. Just fast forward, rewind, wherever you like, except for the future. That would be impossible. If you're not able to catch Dan Lanning tonight on primetime at 4 o'clock, that'll be podcasted wherever you get your podcast, the Odyssey app, and 1051thefan.com. Coming up this hour, is it a get-right game for old Bo tonight? Because, dude, that guy's the weirdest quarterback in the NFL right now, I swear.
It is weird.
And why would you trade the best player on your team? But I wanted to get into this. Danny, you and I yesterday were talking kind of off air a little bit about the Adam Silver situation and going before Congress. And I tried to kind of think, of all the times that politics get involved in sports and the times when they're positives and the times when they're negatives, and I have some notes here on some times they were positive. 1936, Jesse Owens gives a salute in front of that bad man who was the leader of Germany.
Mm-hmm.
In 1968, Tommy Smith and John Carlos throw the Black Power up at the Olympics in solidarity due to the civil rights movement going on there. In 68, also, Marvin Miller helps create the first collective bargaining agreement, arguing the antitrust case to Major League Baseball. That went to be before the Supreme Court, allowing Curt Flood to be a free agent, thus changing the landscape of sports forever.
That happens.
No big deal. 2005, there's a congressional hearing for Major League Baseball again. This time it's Sammy Sosa, Roger Clemens, Rafael Palmeiro.
With the finger wag.
I repeat. 2021, NCAA loses their antitrust lawsuit, thus creating NIL.
Mm-hmm.
And then our current situations of Adam Silver having to address Congress about gambling.
So Silver was not present for this, by the way.
Oh, he was not?
He was not present. There was a leak that
he
came
got out of it
yesterday. So, yeah, it's interesting to say the least.
And the last one is the LSU governor, the Louisiana governor, involved with coaching hires and fires in the state of Louisiana when he's probably focused on education and the fact that his House of Representative delegates have shut down the government. I think some of those early ones, the Jesse Owens, the Black Power, the messages, I like when that gets involved in politics. Marvin Miller got involved in the politics and created free agency. That's probably a positive thing. Do we need Congress stepping in about gambling?
Yes.
Does that change our perspective? Does that change, whether you like your politicians or other people's politicians, whatever? Is that a necessity to get true reform?
It is, because we do not have federal gambling legislation.
And this might create that.
I think that where this is going to create that.
And then prop bets are illegal federally.
Oh, not even just prop bets,
but I can't smoke weed.
We have. I mean, look, we always want our separation of our states. We want states to have their own
state rights.
rules,
Yep.
state rights.
I firmly believe in that.
Yeah,
that's the Constitution.
Yes, and 100%. But we need to have federal regulations around this. At 100%, there needs to be a federal governing body over all of this.
Just because we can't trust those people to take care of it themselves.
Not just that. It needs to happen. There's just in. I am a pro engine of chaos human.
Mm-hmm.
Let people do as they please, put the loosest framework around it, and trust. And I know that sounds crazy from somebody probably like me, but politically that's how I am.
Like free capitalism.
Yes,
you're down with free capitalism.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now, are there checks and balances we need to put on things when things get too far gone? Absolutely. But I'm a pro freedoms guy.
This is like there shouldn't be a 10-run rule in co-ed softball.
Yeah, just hey man,
be better.
Yeah, figure it out. And look, again, if you want to put something around it, fine. But I would much rather have more freedom than more exclusions, as it were. But there do need to be some guardrails. I talk about this with NIL all the time. I say some version of it'll sort itself out, and it has.
It kind of has.
It has.
But who would have thought that NIL was the governing body we needed?
And that's the thing is like, but
it
the problem,
did it unintentionally.
What did we have? We had too much regulation. We had too much. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do this. No, like when you start doing that, it goes too far. But the problem is right now we don't have anything around gambling other than in certain states, and I gamble. I'm not going to sit here and yell at anybody who gambles. But at the same time, I can gamble here, but I can't gamble on Oregon college sports. But if I go to Washington, if I go 11 miles from here, I can.
But you can't gamble on Washington college
but
sports.
It's like, why does that make any sense? Why, explain to me how that makes sense.
Also, explain to me why you can only gamble on tribal lands.
Yes,
like what is that about?
Again,
I mean, I understand what it's about,
know,
but I'm asking it rhetorically.
Yes, but it's like that whole part of it is like, why? This doesn't make any sense.
But then your other aspect of it is you have a $1 billion state-run institution in Louisiana State University that can't seem to control themselves in their situation as they just bought out a man for $60 million. And then the governor steps in, and all of a sudden things become an S show. That's something I don't want my government involved in.
Power and influence inherently aren't evil.
I think I heard somebody mention, I think Isaac Rupp mentioned this. Do you want Tina Kotek choosing the next head coach at Oregon State?
Yeah, no.
That would be a disaster.
Yes. No,
I don't want the Washington governor deciding what's going on at Wazoo.
Look, we already saw her steal a baseball from a kid.
That lady does look like Tina Kotek.
I thought it was when I saw the photo. Why is Tina Kotek at a Phillies game?
That's racist.
I mean, looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and looks like Tina Kotek. I mean, I got nothing for you. But
because that's when I want nothing to do with it. So it's this real. Is it just more?
No, it's again. I was saying that power and influence aren't inherently evil. Having influence can be good. Mm-hmm. It's what people do with it that becomes problematic.
Which is why communism never works, because eventually somebody becomes greedy and wants power.
Eventually, always.
And
that's the thing is like
little farmlands in like South America are pretty communistic.
Yeah, well, neither here nor there. But the idea of people, I always hear, what's the old adage? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. But
it's actually just said on the YouTube chat.
No, it does. But power and influence by themselves are not inherently evil. Like
that's true.
We as people, just as human beings, we're called to have influence over people. Mm-hmm. Like whether you have a faith or you don't believe in anything, that there is a hierarchical stage of things that falls into things. I have how I ascribe to them, certainly. And I want to operate within those boundaries. And I want to, as much as I seem cynical, I try to be optimistic within my life.
I disagree.
I do. I know you're joking, but I genuinely do. But when I look at this stuff, and it's always that's why I want people to have freedom. That's why I want that. But you get involved with this stuff, and it always seems like it's always some sort of overreach. It's always some sort of, and by overreach, it's not just control, it's power and influence in a way that's that shouldn't be wielded here.
And it's also tough to know what you would do in said situation as well.
I've always said I don't ever want to be a number one Like I don't. People have asked me like, what would you want to do in the NBA? Like if you got a job. I was like, I want to be an AGM. I don't want to be the number one.
Yeah.
Because number one, I don't trust myself with that kind of power. Number two, I'm somebody who wants to do the work. Like that part of it.
And I sit here and say I use this example because I'm watching soccer right now.
Mhm.
Like I would rather play for 50 mil in France
Mhm.
than 250 mil in Saudi Arabia. That's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
But
Somebody offers you that $250 million contract.
yeah, like
live golf.
Live Golf is a great example. Like I love Brooks Koepka. Kind of a jerk sometimes, but I like Brooks
Sure.
Koepka. Am I really mad that he's in Live Golf? Yeah, because I want to watch Brooks Koepka more. I wouldn't take that money, says Patrick, until John Rahm comes around and they ask me $500 million to go live in Europe and play golf. That doesn't really matter, and I get the same money no matter what. I'd like to say I wouldn't. I'd like to say I'm Rory and I'm, believe in the game and I'm sticking to it. I don't want to go be a Yankee. I've been in the Colorado Rockies my entire career. I'm staying in Colorado.
And yet they all leave Colorado.
Yep. Yeah, there aren't very many Mike Trouts in the world.
Nope.
The story about the NFL deadline with Alvin Kamara and Cam Jordan. They don't want to leave New Orleans.
Or David Njoku. Did you see him?
Yeah.
I don't want to bleep and go. I want to be here.
I want to be here. And
great. Awesome. You found your spot.
Unless it's like the Eagles calling or the Chiefs, and then you're like, okay, yeah, I'll go. I'll go. And so
you don't want to go because they're like, we're going to trade you to the Saints. You're like, no. I'm good. I'm good.
No, I love living in Detroit.
Yeah, you're just like, you know what? I like the cold.
Hotlana's my spot.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good.
The ownership here is not very great. Stephen Ross kind of sucks, but boy, them beaches are clean.
Tax free, baby.
Boy, them beaches are nice.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to stay. Jalen Waddle, I'm happy to be.
Like, you want to trade me to Tampa Bay? That's
done.
We're good here. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
I can get a quick helicopter ride to my home in Miami from Tampa.
No big deal.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, I was glad that politics got involved with gambling, or not with gambling, with steroids, because it was such a rampant problem, and it seemed like
it's the same thing I think with gambling.
It seemed like nobody was going to do anything. It seemed like Major League Baseball was just going to be like, shucks, you got us. And the government was like, why don't you do something and stop being lazy? And hopefully that's what they do here.
It feels like it's the same thing. What you need to do something because you've been lazy and this is what has been happening under your watch.
And if you don't, we are going to.
Oh, I think they're going to no matter what at this point.
Federalize.
There's going to be some version of it. Yep. Again, number one, there's too much money. There's
too
much
money, man.
I mean, this is a tangent story, but ESPN just broke up with Penn Gaming and they're partnering with DraftKings
because it's more money.
Well, here's the crazy thing:
it's a better brand.
Do you know what ESPN signed with Penn Gaming for?
$500 million, I believe.
No, well, it's 10-year, $2 billion.
Oh, 10, $2 billion.
Yeah, but that money they have to pay out that money over the next 8 years. It's like, but they can because they're signing with DraftKings, who cranks out billions upon billions upon billions of dollars.
So instead of ESPN Bet on the bottom line, it'll just be DraftKings.
ESPN brought to you by DraftKings. Yep.
FanDuel is pissed.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine being in the higher offices of FanDuel and DraftKings, just going after each other?
Yeah. It's crazy.
I made $17 trillion last year, but we could have made 35. Thanks.
Wild world.
Thanks, Obama.
It happens,
buddy. All right, we come back. We'll turn over to the NFL. Thursday Night Football is tonight, and maybe one of the weirdest, most inconsistent quarterbacks in the NFL is going to play tonight. And I'm curious, can this be a get-right game? Because we're going to be asking questions if it's not. We'll get to Thursday Night Football next. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
a.m.
503-864-6326. That's the fan text line. Shout us your thoughts. If we like them, we read them on the air. Same over on the YouTubes. Also, 10 Toes Down coming up at 12:15. We'll take your questions, answer them unequivocally. No wishy-washy. None of that Patrick Harris wishy-washy stuff he's known for.
Communism.
I am a socialist, all right? Get that correct, all right? I am not a communist.
Pinko.
I don't think communists believe in health care. I do. Therefore, I'm a socialist. Not a fascist.
There you go.
I am
There
anti-fascist.
you
I am not Antifa, but I am anti-fascism.
There you go.
As most people should be anti-fascism.
Not great, Bob.
Just being honest here. Thursday Night Football comes at you tonight, which is great because there's not a whole lot going on tonight. There's one NBA basketball game. There's only one. I'm sure there's some hockey on. I might watch a little hockey, except I can't quad box it. Dude, I can't believe how much taking away the quad box from me was a big deal.
I know I got you hooked on it. Now
I'm
you're
like, the first 2 weeks of college football, I was
You were
like,
just
no, I'm not interested.
and then you're just like,
I just want to
oh.
watch a game. Now, sometimes I go off the quad box. Like Oregon, Iowa will get.
Look, when a game's
Iowa,
good, but the best thing is you hit the back button and guess what you get? The quad box is right there again.
That is true. That is true.
It's a wonderful thing.
Oregon, Iowa will get my
Solo
full
box,
screen.
yeah.
That'll be a solo box. But I never thought I would be this disparaged from not having my quad box.
Stand strong. Don't give them any money.
Swag, did you see the percentage of numbers down on Monday Night Football because of no ESPN on YouTube?
I didn't see how far it fell off.
21%.
That should get everybody's attention. That will get, if you want this to get done,
NFL.
that'll be a call from
old Goodell.
Going, I don't care what your problem is, figure it out.
out.
Or we're pulling the Monday night deal.
Because what's Monday night this week? Green Bay, Philadelphia
yeah,
at
yeah.
Lambeau?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was Dallas.
I do not want to sail the high seas for that game.
You want to know what'll get it done? Yeah, it's a call from Goodell to ESPN. You don't figure this out, we're pulling it. So
Because the whole, like, Dallas, Phoenix, or Dallas, Arizona, nobody cares.
Nobody cared.
Nobody cares.
And I sailed the high seas, and I dealt with it, and it was fine.
It's just like, it's a whatever situation. But, yeah, no. Hard paths.
Yeah. So tonight on Amazon Prime, you got to have a subscription for that. They're not in a rights deal issue. They're good to go there. Is your Las Vegas Raiders, born and raised in Las Vegas, Danny Marang.
Yep.
Las Vegas Raiders visiting the division rival Denver Broncos. First place, Denver Broncos. And there's two quarterbacks in this NFL that have had weird seasons for the same reason, but the opposite, if that makes sense. That'd be Jalen Hurts and Bo Nix. Jalen Hurts has a second half problem. Bo Nix has a first half problem.
Yes, he does.
And we were talking about bad teams in the NFL, and the Raiders are just bad. Be glad, Danny. We're not going to make fun of the Raiders. There's nothing to make fun of. They're just bad. They're just a bad team. I don't think it's poor coaching. I think it's just bad roster, and that'll take time. Ashton Genty, they were the worst rushing team in the NFL, and they took a running back. Yeah, because running backs need offensive lines. Do you think Sean Alexander is a top 5 running back of all time?
No.
No, but that Seahawk offensive line might have been a top 5 offensive line of all time. And so it turns out to be that. But I'm going to be watching this game very closely, not because it's NFL and I love it and that's what we're doing this job for, but I'm going to be solely focused on quarterback Bo Nix because he has moments where he shows he is really, really good. And then he has moments where he shows, what are you doing here?
Yep.
And a lot of them happen in the first and second half, and I'd rather be Bo than Jalen Hurts with this problem. But when are you going to get to a point where you've dug yourself a hole too big
that you can't get out of?
That you can't get out of.
I think we can all make an argument that the Giants game was that game and just pure unadulterated what the hellery.
That is some meringue chaos right
I
there
mean,
if I've ever heard
good
it.
Lord. But yeah, like when Bo's been good, he's been really good. When he's been bad, it's been like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, if you look at Bo's stats, he's completing 61% of his pass. Solid. He's just shy of 2,000 yards, averages 6.1 a throw, 219 a game, 17 tuds, 6 picks, 9 sacks. 9 sacks is 1 a game, less than a pick a game. You look at the stats from that standpoint, and they look great. He's throwing the ball around. Cortland Sutton is not getting everything. He's sharing it with Troy Franklin. Go Ducks. And he's been solid. He's been steady. And that's what Sean Payton is asking of him. And that's why I said coming into that quarterback draft, Bo Nix was the one guy that might not be the Jaden Daniels or the Caleb Williams, the boom or bust situation, Michael Penix, but I knew you draft Bo Nix and you're going to win some football games. Bo's going to be in this league for 15 years. Whether he's a starter remains to be seen, but he's going to be in this league for 15 years. But you keep doing this wishy-washy first half, second half stuff, dude, and you're going to be in this league for 15 years, but you ain't going to be starting.
So Bo's completing under 60% of his passes. He's got 4 interceptions, 10 touchdowns in the first half. Interception rate of 2.3% in the first half. When you look at his second half numbers,
4 of his 6 interceptions are in the first half.
Yep.
There you go.
In the second half, where is Bo? Bo's completing 64% of his passes, 7 touchdowns, 2 picks, and only 4 sacks. He's got a quarterback rating of 90.4 in the second half.
And what is that?
Good.
No. I mean, why? Walk me through that.
Probably adjustments.
Yeah. Is that good coaching or bad coaching?
I think
is it your first? What do they drop? Their first 15 plays?
You've got your scripts, and every coach is going to depend. You've got your first drive, and you've got your paths that you're going to go down. But making those adjustments. But I think that Peyton is probably one of the better adjustment guys in the NFL, and Bo's a heady, smart quarterback who doesn't typically make mistakes. But he's not a guy who's going to throw for, he's not the guy who's going to go throw for 400 yards and rush for 100. He's not going to Haynes King this thing.
He's not going to breeze it either.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He's also not going to just carve you up endlessly up and down the field the entire game. But he's a cerebral quarterback who doesn't make mistakes, who works with Peyton, and they kind of, you see him not make the mistakes.
And that adjustment you're talking about, that's the value of Sean Payton.
Yeah.
That's the value of Sean Payton.
It's not. It's funny when you look at his stats, it's just cleaner in the second half.
And that's what I think is the best way to describe Bo Nix is clean. Except when I got to watch him in the first half. If he could figure that out, and I don't want to play a game of ranking quarterbacks, but if he can figure that out and be clean for 4 quarters, dude, that's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. I mean, that's kind of why we did our preseason picks. That's why I had Denver winning the division. Because I think Bo is just clean.
If you look at Bo's numbers, right, it's interesting when you look at it. He's down the board quite a bit. He's basically on par with like Bryce Young, Cam Ward, Spencer Rattler in his first quarter numbers. His first quarter is like he's like it goes Nix, Bryce Young, Cam Ward, Spencer Rattler, Geno, Jackson Dart. Like the quarterbacks in front of him: Daniel Jones, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, Herbert, Prescott, Lawrence, Darnold, Stroud, Penix, Rodgers, Mahomes, May, Allen, Stafford. Like, it's dudes, right?
Guys.
And then he's in that other group of guys that maybe he's just a slow starter. Maybe it takes him a little while to kind of see what defenses are giving him.
He's being patient, and Peyton's letting him be patient.
Meanwhile, fourth
being
quarter.
Being patient with him being patient. Can you be patient to be patient?
Fourth quarter, Bo Nix is 3rd in the NFL in total yards. He has 7 touchdowns, which,
Boom.
Sort this real quick.
There's my guy right there.
I believe he leads the NFL. He does. He leads the NFL in fourth quarter touchdowns.
Boom. That's my guy.
Completing 64% of his passes. He has 1 interception.
The Giants game probably inflates that a little bit.
But he has a 105.3 quarterback rating, and if I sort this by touchdowns in the fourth quarter, Goff, Nix, Rodgers, Stafford, Love, Mahomes.
All those guys are considered top 10 quarterbacks, except for Bo.
So fourth quarter time, he gets it done. He's a slow starter, great finisher.
Yeah, and I think if you're Peyton, I think you're fine. What?
Oh, nothing.
Remind you of something?
No. Slow starter, great finisher.
And I think if you're Sean Payton, you're completely happy with that. I wonder when you get to the point where you start asking more of Bo. And I mean that in a positive way.
Sure.
Like, I'm not saying that Peyton has like the strings on him and the rope on him and holding him back and slowly letting him out there. But when do you really start challenging him? Maybe later on in the year when they've maybe if seeding is already wrapped up and stuff.
Be a better starter.
Yeah, maybe when the seedings have wrapped up and you're trying to tune some stuff up for the playoffs. What if that's a game plan? What if that's the game plan tonight, dude? Oakland. They haven't been in Oakland in 3 years. They haven't been in San Diego in a while either, and I still say that.
It happens.
Maybe tonight is your night. Maybe you can use tonight as a game to see if you can get Bo right.
Or maybe they suck and they lose.
Only you can hope, my friend.
I can.
You and the one YouTuber that is a Raiders Nation as well.
Hey, Raider Nation, we ride or die, baby.
You guys do ride or die together. Thursday Night Football tonight, Raiders at Broncos. Bo Nix, top quarterback in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Not too bad. It's a good place to be.
Go Beavers. All right, when we come back, we will get into why on earth would you trade the greatest player on the planet? Maybe your team will get him, but that's Swag with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Trailblazers sitting pretty after being the first team in the association this year to knock off the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder. It was a furious fourth quarter rally, shooting 81% for a 121-119 victory. Denny Avdia led six Blazers in double figures with 26 points, and Portland now heads out on a 5-game road trip that starts Saturday night in Miami. Thursday night football does feature that AFC West grudge match. Denver 9.5-point favorites hosting the Raiders. Kickoff set for 5:15. Denver trying to stay atop the division. They have the lead entering the game at 7-2. Arizona Cardinals have put quarterback Kyler Murray on injured reserve. He's out at least the next 4 games. Most speculating he's taken his final snap with Arizona. Jacoby Brissett will get the start this Sunday as they tangle with the Seattle Seahawks right here on the Fan. The San Diego Padres agreeing to a 3-year contract with recently retired relief pitcher Craig Stammen. He will be their next manager, succeeding Mike Schilt. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Jason Swigard from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan 80 AM.
Web Jam's coming up here in about 15 minutes. Everybody's favorite. Do it every single day at 11:45. 12:15, we'll have 10 Toes Down, as we always do on Thursday. Got a couple of your questions in already. 503-864-6326. The YouTube chat, however you want to interact with us, is fantastic. I do like this text that did come in talking about the ESPN situation. Pat McAfee's already criticized ESPN on ESPN. Can that get the ball rolling?
About ESPN. He went after Stephen A. and SVP and every other personality they had out there saying, go to this website and tell people how you feel. And McAfee's like, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care at all. How about we're in charge? We figure it out.
Yeah.
Helps to be the guy with the biggest in the place.
Yeah.
You know?
What do you bring to the party?
I bring a lot.
Yeah.
I'll bring a lot.
Matters.
Lucy Birch ain't got nothing on this.
Yeah. You know? It's the simple things.
Oh man, I already lost focus.
Got lightheaded, huh?
Buster Olney put out some interesting thoughts the other day that the Detroit Tigers could be in the market to trade Tarek Skubal.
The second best pitcher in baseball.
And teams interested among the Red Sox in a shocker, in a groundbreaking movement here. A team that needs starting pitching that spends money uneducatedly.
Whoa, hold on, though. The Red Sox don't spend money.
Well, these days they don't.
Yeah.
These days they don't.
That's what's surprising about that.
It's because their ownership is paying too much money at Liverpool. That team spends money right now. But another team on that list is your Seattle Mariners. Talking with Luke Anderson, the host of Happy Hour with Luke on 2 to 3 every day. And we were like, I mean, that's a terrible idea. If you're a Mariner fan, what you need to get to Tarek Skubal, it would be too much. And you are not going to be able to afford him.
I mean, if you're going to pay him, it's worth it.
Yeah, but he wants Garrett Cole money. And Garrett Cole money is going to be $350 to $400 million in 8-9 years.
Yeah. And again, I will do this always in baseball. It works.
Yeah.
Pay money, win baseball.
And it's so strange to me that this would be floated out. Look, I know Skubal is looking for a new deal, and the Tigers would love to sign him.
And they're not paying anybody.
They don't have anybody on their books. They have Javi Baez on their books, I think, for 2 more years, around $25 million, which is
a screaming deal.
Very poorly aged deal. Well, he was good last year.
Yeah.
But he got paid like $25 million a year to bat 190.
Yes.
That's not very good.
But in the grand scheme of like what he is at that price point is fine.
I just think that they are so...
Well, he's good, I should say.
They are so close. They are so close. Mm-hmm. They went toe-to-toe with the Mariners, who went toe-to-toe with the Blue Jays, who went toe-to-toe with the Dodgers. I know that sounds a little transitive property, but I think it's because all 4 of those teams were really good baseball teams.
What's the ask? Are you giving up 2 of your starters?
I think you're giving up a Logan Gilbert or a George Kirby for a rental, because I don't think they can. I don't think they're affording $400 million.
You don't do it without him agreeing into a deal.
100%.
But if you're giving up one of those guys for him, he's the second best pitcher in baseball, and the only reason he's the second best pitcher in baseball is because Paul Skeens exists.
Yeah, but this is why you can't have nice things. This is why the Yankees step in, and this is why they have Garrett Cole, because teams just refused to do it. Go look at the Los Angeles Dodgers. Mm-hmm. They have made $700 million off Shohei this year.
He's already paid for.
He is now paid for. I get it. It's a risky investment. The kid hasn't had Tommy John. You're worried his arm's going to fall off, but you can't make money without spending money.
Nope.
And if you let that man walk, your fan base is going to be very, very upset.
Yes. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. This isn't a question about how good he is.
No.
We know how good he is.
We know how good he is. This is like the Angels not trading Shohei at the deadline. What are you doing? What are you doing? Shohei even showed them the offer the Dodgers gave him and said, if you give me this, I will stay. And they said, bye.
And they let him walk.
Dude, I'm about to go to Congress and make them figure out why these people get to own these teams.
It doesn't make any sense.
I'll buy them. Can I get the Portnoy deal? $1.
You right?
I'll buy the Tigers for $1. I'm a Cleveland Guardians fan.
I'll buy that for $1.
I hate the Tigers. I absolutely despise the Tigers.
You'd run them into the ground.
No, I wouldn't. I'd pay $450 million for Skubal. I would. And then every other night would be a Skubal bobblehead night.
There you go.
Because, I got to make that money back.
Got to make my money back. Yeah.
I got to make my money back as soon as possible. But this
Savannah
is why...
Bananas are playing a lot of games there. Got to make sure.
Dude, we're the new home stadium of the Savannah Bananas,
right.
all right? But that's and that's what drives me crazy, man. Like, you can't keep your best players in town. I thought, what's his name up in Philly had a great quote about AJ Brown. He was like, "You just don't trade great players."
No.
I know he's been unhappy, but he's a wide receiver in the NFL.
They're all unhappy.
They're all unhappy since the '80s.
Find me a happy one. It's like Larry Fitzgerald. That's it.
This is something that has been going on in the NFL for years. Yeah, he's upset, and yeah, he wants the ball more. Everybody wants the ball more. But you don't trade great players.
No, not like that.
No. That's why, side note, I think the NFL trade deadline is garbage and overrated.
I mean, it's pretty big this year.
For their standards.
Yeah. I mean, what was it, 10 players that were traded? No. 10 players is the record.
Dude.
On deadline day.
No Hall of Famer gets traded at the deadline in NFL.
But the
NBA and Major League Baseball are bananas.
But with that, you talk about not trading great players. The Cowboys traded away Micah Parsons for not that much.
And that's a ground-shattering trade, I feel like in our other leagues, like Kevin Durant can get traded.
Mm-hmm.
How ridiculous. What?
Mm-hmm.
In the NBA, it's like, oh, yeah. Giannis can get traded. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everyone can be traded.
Damian, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. LeBron, if he signs off, yeah, he can get traded.
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry, he could get traded now. They would be stupid to do that. He might be the one guy that's not getting traded.
Well, it's because his owner basically made billions of dollars off of him. So, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Side note, if you own the Warriors, should you sell now?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the highest valuation because after those guys are gone, I'm telling you right now, the VC bros that spend the hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars on those boxes, the valuation on those is going to go down drastically when Steph Curry retires.
Who's going to have to be the next point guard?
Moses Moody. Well, he's not a point guard, but Pods, Pajemski.
Blake Wesley.
Yeah. I mean, when Steph's gone, man, it's going to be dire.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
It's not like they like fell into him in the sense of like he's the number one overall pick. There was 3 point guards taken in front of him, and the Timberwolves took 2.
I liked both of them too. Chris Dunn and Johnny Flynn.
Johnny Flynn, baby.
I actually was more of a Dunn guy. Yeah. Providence.
Yep.
Yes. Johnny Flynn, the great Syracuse point guard.
Big East, baby.
Big East. Back when the Big East was great.
That's tough out here.
We need to start making this more of a thing. When players get mentioned randomly, I need you to just chime in if you know where they went to school.
Oh, yeah.
It's too fun of a game.
Yeah. You know what? I saw one of those ball things on TikTok, and I was kind of proud. It was like this 20-year-old dude, and he was like, all right, they just started like naming off players, and he had to name as many as he could before he got one wrong. He got like all of the current era guys, but then he started getting guys from our era. And I was like, oh. Like I sat up and on the toilet. I sat up on the toilet. Was like I was getting ready to give this guy a little salute. Like, all-time ball knower.
Jamal Mashburn. Well, that's North Carolina, duh.
Yeah, he was like, look at you.
Look at this guy.
Like, okay.
Look, we all know Tyrese Halliburton went to Iowa State. Yeah. Who doesn't know that? But did you know that Chris Dunn went to Providence?
Yeah, or they dropped the Udonis Haslam or James Johnson, and you're just like,
yes.
Look at you go.
Where'd Joe Smith go to college?
It's like, oh, it's tough for you here, isn't it? Yeah, no, it's like Michael Jordan in North Carolina, that's one thing. But when you
Larry Bird, Indiana State.
When you start getting the deep pulls, that's where I'm like, okay, I'm kind of impressed now.
Where'd Dr. J go to school? I don't know that answer.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Dr. J. Where did Dr. J go to school?
That's a good one. Now I have to Google. It'll be one of those ones as soon as I read it, I'll go, duh.
Yeah, of course. All right, when we come back, we'll get into web gems. This story comes to you by way of the beer consumption in college football, because everybody likes a nice cold one. We'll get there next. 105.1 The Fan.
And Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080 The Fan.
All right, this is Web Gems, doing every single day at 11:45. Coming up in the big nooner, we'll get to, we'll talk a little more Oregon, Iowa. But more Oregon and the rest of the schedule going forward. Is this an actual gauntlet? There's some interesting stats out there kind of talking about the rest of Oregon's season. And it starts here with Iowa on Saturday. Remember, you can catch all that action right here on the Fan Sports Network, your home of the Oregon Ducks. You'll get pregame with Andy Dirt Johnson. Before that, you'll get Sports Saturday with Joe and Rashawn. Excuse me. And then it's pregame, and then the football game, and then you get postgame. We're here all day for you on the Fan Sports
Those guys
Network.
specifically, not us.
I mean, I would listen to Anthony Newman talk to me about football for about 7 hours a day if he would.
Beaver and high grade.
That's just me. That's just me. Go Beavers. And we'll have 10 Toes Down at 12:15, everybody's favorite. So get those questions in 503-864-6326 or on the YouTube chats. But we talked about this at the beginning of the year, how Wisconsin was planning. The Scotties, the Badges, were planning on being the number one seller of alcohol this year at a college football game. College football games.
For those that are not aware, you can check all of the maps and everything.
I follow a subreddit called Map Porn. I didn't mean to cut you off, but this is what I'm getting at. I follow a subreddit called Map Porn.
Which is the stuff that comes out of those kind of places is incredible.
It's always fascinating.
So amazing.
And I've seen like 13 different maps about what you were about to describe.
So I lived in Grand Forks, North Dakota, which is always in one of the top 10 binge drinking cities and or counties in the entire country. And it's by a number you cannot fathom. Meanwhile, the entire state of Wisconsin houses all of the rest.
It's pretty wild.
They drink in Wisconsin like you cannot believe. You've ever seen that thing of like who could drink more? The Brits, the Americans, and it's just Americans in the comments. I've seen these originate from like British accounts, like, oh, we could drink pints. And I'm like, no, you can't. No, you can't. The state of Wisconsin, you don't have to challenge the nation. The state of Wisconsin will drink your nation out of alcohol.
I'll find some of my boys from Pullman, Washington. We'll take a shot at that. We'll take that Pepsi challenge.
Look, you guys might think you can hang, and you might hang. You do not get down like Wisconsin.
Whoa.
I'm just telling you, you don't.
Says the sober guy over here.
I'm just
Easy.
look, man.
Challenge accepted.
Easy ride.
I've been there.
Understood.
It is something. It is something to behold.
How does one go about challenging Wisconsinites to a drinking contest?
Do you know what they do in
like
Wisconsin?
if I want to take my boys, how do I get my boys together and we find somebody from Wisconsin and challenge them?
Well, I'll give you this. Ducks played in Wisconsin last year, right?
Yes.
They went to Madison.
So
last year.
I think it was Dusty was telling
Jump
me the
around.
story in Madison. The cans are everywhere, every night of the week, and there's a tax in the city. There is a cleanup crew that is basically a bulldozer that goes through town and cleans up the beer.
That's awesome.
Like that's how they get down.
Man, I want to move to Wisconsin.
It is just.
Nobody ever.
It is. Well, look, man. I met some great people up there, but that is the thing that they like to do.
How would they handle Fireball? That's really the question.
Can you chug a fifth of Fireball while rooting with your other hand on national TV in a Pac-12 After Dark against UCLA? I don't know, man.
The difference is they've already drank 2 of them.
What's fascinating is they are currently not the leader in alcohol consumption.
Which I find to be,
Well, that's sales.
yeah.
In sales. At games. They are number 8. They are number 8.
Because they're walking into the stadium plastered. Absolutely.
But I think they got ready to sell like 3 million cans of beer this year. And they are not close. They have sold 80,000 to a total attendance of 204,000. Dude, if that doesn't tell you people are housed walking into that game, I don't know what does. Because less than half are having a beer?
But I mean, you think about kids.
Totally.
Which,
Oh, dude, for every 4 kids, there's a me.
That's fair.
Number 1 school, would you care to take a stab at it? Same conference.
I would say it's Big Ten, right?
It is Big Ten.
Purdue.
No. It is Nebraska.
Okay, yeah.
100.
I was going for who's the other farmland. That's what I was going for. Where's farmland?
In a 93,000 seat stadium.
That's
that
true.
helps. 168,000 units sold. A total revenue so far of $2 million. Total attendance 260,000. Now number 2 has 45,000 more in attendance and has sold 60,000 less.
Same conference?
No. We'll go to the South.
Okay.
2 and 3 are in the SEC.
Bama?
No. They're too busy crying on national TV if they're losing.
The cocktail party,
you got to think mid-range. You got to think team that's good.
Missouri
should be better.
Are we Drinkwitzing?
We are not drinking.
So I would have gone Missouri would have been my number 2 because St. Louis, home of beer.
LSU?
LSU is number 3.
Okay, yeah.
LSU is number 3. They have sold 30,000 more units, but they have the same attendance as number 2.
I would have gone Kentucky or Arkansas.
It is Rocky Top.
Tennessee.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You got 100 and whatever thousand in Neyland Stadium.
Yeah.
And the way to think about it best is Tennessee and LSU, man. If you're fans of those schools, sometimes drinking's the only way to get through the season.
Yeah.
Tennessee should be winning natties, correct? Well, Fulmer's dead, so I don't think he's actually dead, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
And you're dealing with this Brian Kelly situation, we be drinking. We be drinking. Now, shout out to University of Minnesota at number 4.
Not surprised.
University of Michigan at number 5.
Total people.
Signetti at 6.
There you go, in Indiana, yep.
And of course, we got to have a little. That'd be West V.
Yeah, there we go. There you go.
Now we're talking.
Get up there, Mountaineers.
After West V hits Wisconsin, jump around. Then swag, nice call. University of Kentucky.
Yep.
Yes.
Then
I wonder how much beer they've sold versus bourbon.
Then it's Illinois.
Yeah.
And then Michigan State. And now we're really starting to talk here.
I'm noticing a trend here.
Okay. Now the trend bucks.
Okay.
Now the writer of this is Matt Brown of extrapointsmb.com. And he did put a caveat that he reached out to all the major universities and not all of them sent him stuff.
Sure.
So this is just what he has responded. After Michigan State, it now goes Ohio University, the University of North Texas, the University of Toledo, Western Michigan, Bowling Green, Central Michigan, UMass, and then Miami.
So UMass is the only one here. To me, is the flyer, but I mean you're Boston adjacent. So,
but UMass is also the worst program in college football this year, and I be drinking at them.
Yeah, that's what you go there for. But what's interesting again, where are all these located? Where are we not at?
The West Coast.
Not a single one.
Why not?
You and your hoity-toity freaking microbrews.
Well, I do drink them slower.
Yeah, see?
My buddy and I did put down 2 18s before the Coug game.
Yeah.
We gave a few out to some friends, but
there's a lot of,
it's like Rainier and Busch Light. Those go down
out here
quick.
on the West Coast, there's a lot of wine.
That's true.
A lot of wine.
I played out at Wildwood for my birthday.
A lot of Busch lattes, too. You know?
And at the turn, me, Joe Simon, Shane Brennan out there. At the turn, Shane walks out with a bottle of Pinot. I got to say, it was a move. I'm not a drinker, but I was like, you know what? Wine and golf, I'm kind of down for this.
See, I think these places need to take a note from NASCAR and just let you bring in whatever you want.
Well, I mean, a lot of places
just let them do it. You can have your beverage enforcement, and everybody's got to wear wristbands if you're drinking alcohol. But
I think
let
they're
people do
more
what they
worried
want.
about projectiles at that point rather than.
Oh yeah, an empty bottle of Fireball would hurt.
No, I mean not just that. It's the full cans.
Yeah,
those fly further.
God, ruining everything.
That's the thing is they make you like the self-serve, like the Sphere. They have those self-serve checkouts. They have somebody at the end. Their job isn't to make sure you paid for it. It is to remove the top or pop the top.
Yeah,
it's the deal.
All right, we come back. We'll hit to the big nooner. We'll take a peek. Oregon's schedule gets real tight. Is this really a gauntlet? Or is this kind of more of a prove-it situation for your Oregon Ducks, Danny? Well, a lot to do, plus 10 toes down at 12:15. So get those questions in, 503-864-6326 or the YouTube chat. The big nooner is next, 105.1 The Fan.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, can the Portland Trail Blazers package their hot start formula and take it on the road? That's where they'll be for the next 5, starting Saturday against the Heat in Miami. This after they handed the defending champion Thunder their first loss of the season, 121-119, with a furious fourth quarter comeback that saw them shoot 81% the final period. Thursday night football takes us to the Mile High City this evening. The Denver Broncos at 7-2 lead the AFC West. Down at the bottom somewhere are the Las Vegas Raiders, 5:15 kick on Prime Video. Denver a 9.5-point favorite. Cardinals put quarterback Kyler Murray on injured reserve. Could be the last step in his release. He'll miss at least the next 4 games. Jacoby Brissett will stay as the starter. This Sunday, they take on the Seattle Seahawks right here on the Fan. To the Major Leagues, San Diego Padres agreeing to a 3-year contract with recently retired relief pitcher Craig Stammen. He will be their next manager, succeeding Mike Schilt. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Jason Swigart from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon. The Fan.
All right, 2 down, 1 to go here. Then we will turn it over to Ducks Insider from 1 to 2. Happy Hour with Luke Anderson from 2 to 3. And then it's primetime, baby, from 3 to 7 with Isaac and Suk. Bonus coverage today, recruiting with Andrew Nemec from 7 to 8. That carries out 14 hours of live, continuous, local, regional sports talk radio. 503-864-6326 is the Fan text line. YouTube.com/1051 The Fan. Hang out with us. We're having a great time. We'll do 10 toes down here in about 15 minutes. Answers to those questions you have pressing the most. There's no freebies. There's no wishy-wash. Must put all feet on the ground. Hi, Daniel.
How you doing with that?
Well, you know it terrifies me every week.
Mm.
You know I don't like being,
Yeah.
concrete about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to leave room for error.
Coward.
No, I think when you screw up as much as I do.
Swag, is he a coward? Just in general nature.
Oh, look at him. He wants to say yes, but he doesn't want to hurt my feelings. I can see that.
I would not call him a coward.
What would you call him then?
Fluid.
I was going to say fragile. So we'll get to that in 15 minutes or so get your questions in. But I wanted to have kind of, as we're leading up to the Oregon-Iowa game, which, boy, I don't know if I keep talking myself into this or what, but I am stoked about this game, and I don't really know why.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but I don't know why. I don't have 10 toes down on why. And I think it's just because it's old school Big Ten style football.
At least did you hope?
That's what I'm hoping. Did I ever tell you that I kind of root for Iowa?
Loosely.
Have I ever told you this story? Well, I used to eat pizza and drink at Old Tom's Pizza on Lombard.
You pass through.
My Iowa buddies, and so I've always got a little. Look, I hate the Big Ten. I'm sure you grew up this way too as an SC guy.
Sure.
Look, the Big Ten can rot in hell for all I care.
Weirdly enough, I always liked Michigan and Iowa.
Michigan and Iowa were your teams.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa Hawkeye fans, absolutely delightful.
Absolutely delightful.
There's a sports bar when I go up to Kraken games with my boys. We stop there, Buckley's.
Buckley in Seattle?
2 blocks from Climate Pledge.
Owned by Ryan Buckley.
I've probably been there. I know that little area with like a bunch of different spots.
Yeah, it's right there on the corner as you go up the hill, and TVs, and they got flags and pennants, and it's an old school
I know exactly what you're
sports
talking
bar.
about. Yeah.
They are an official Iowa alumni viewing thing.
Oh,
so
no
if
kidding.
we're there for a Saturday game, which oftentimes we are, there's 25 of them in there. And there
But it's
are
the
some
same
former
25.
band members that bring the saxophone and a snare drum and other
Whoa.
things. And
I want
when
a
they
tuba.
score, it's tight quarters. So I don't think the sousaphone is appreciated. The saxophone, yeah, they can get away with that. But when they score, they start playing the fight song.
That's pretty dope.
Shout out Iowa fans everywhere.
Look, man, I when I was stationed in North Dakota, I had a bunch of buddies because there's military installations right in that general area. You've got Offutt, which is in Nebraska, right across the river, but you've got Grand Forks in North Dakota. You've got Wright Pat in Ohio, and so these guys that want to be there, they get these duty stations because nobody wants to be there. And they're all of them are like everyone from Iowa. We used to have somebody here who has a daughter at Iowa State, so she may begrudge this. But if you're from Iowa, you were a Hawkeye
For sure.
Don't be wrong. There's some Cyclones, and I've never met a bad Cyclone. Shout out Blazers president Dwayne Hankins. He's an Iowa State alum, but. Like, if you're from Iowa, man, you were a Hawkeye through and through.
Yeah, I always just hated the Big Ten growing up as a Wazoo kid.
But there's something about them because I've gotten irritated with USC with how they have stuck just so staunchly to tradition. Like, they won't change anything. Like, people got up in arms when they changed the collar on their jerseys like 4 years ago.
You have famously called for a blackout
Yeah.
at the Coliseum.
Run a freaking black kit, man. Like, just switch it up, do a little something. But, like, Iowa just doesn't do anything different. There's something about the yellow and black. It's like the Steelers. It's like the Penguins. It feels, I know those are in Pittsburgh, but, like, it just feels so Iowa. It feels so traditional. And the silhouette of the Hawkeye is a banger of a logo.
It is a great logo. Coming into this game, the Oregon Ducks have Iowa, Minnesota, SC, and Washington and the rest of their schedule. The remaining teams on Oregon's schedule have a combined record of 24-9, and 4 of those losses are to top 10 opponents.
Yep.
So it kind of leading off of our conversation yesterday about the college football playoff and why, and I heard Lanning's comments about, we just go take care of business, which is the most Lanning answer of all time. Just go take care of business and nobody cares. This will be the true test. I can understand, I was a little maybe harsh on the Ducks yesterday in the sense of I think 9 is totally fine. I think their strength of schedule has been questionable.
Yes.
I do agree with the Josh Pate statement that you told me about yesterday that he feels that you should still live in that bubble and that Penn State win is a big win unless you're going to admit that you were wrong.
Yeah.
But if we're going to live in today's world where clearly they don't think that Penn State game was valid, Iowa is the start of your schedule. And I think if you do go through Iowa, Minnesota, USC, and Washington unscathed, you without a doubt deserve to be in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. If they have one loss, they'll absolutely be there, and they'll be higher than 9. They will
Without a doubt.
Will be.
I think if they can run through this gauntlet because it is so tough. And another crazy thing about this gauntlet, they all play football differently.
Very differently.
Very differently because Maiyava is going to throw the ball over the top to some of the best wide receivers in the nation. Washington, you're going to have to deal with that big ass boy in the running back
Jonah
game,
Coleman, yep.
and Damon, like he can run, small guy run fast. And Minnesota, I'm not really worried about that too much.
Row the boat, baby, PJ Fleck.
But and then Iowa's punch you in the mouth. So if anything, this gauntlet could look like oh boy, I'm scared. But this remaining games on their schedule could set them up for the playoff quite nicely. If they win all these games, they will have seen kind of all styles. They got punched in the face.
Yep.
They won in a crazy environment. Say you got to go on the road to Tortilla Land. They've been in a crazy environment, got a W, got punched in the mouth by maybe the best team in the nation, and then you played smash mouth football, rode the boat, DBs galore because you need them against the best wide receivers in the nation, and then a Washington team that's going to hit you and running quarterback.
It's really interesting because the way that I've talked about Oregon over the last 4 or 5 weeks is I'm not sure that they can play a style of football that isn't their brand of football. And I think
you've been on this. I think it's an interesting conversation.
They look uncomfortable unless they're out front playing how they want to play. They don't seem to be the most readily adaptable team in the country. And now most teams aren't. That's just like you can just find a way. But if you play these 4 games against these teams that are so different, and you find a way to win, you kind of much take all the wind out of that sail.
I think so. And honestly, this is the win for me. If you go into Iowa and have to play their quote unquote crappy style of football and you get a W, man, oh boy, I'd feel so much better.
Oh no, if they go in there and they can play ugly and look good playing ugly, because they didn't look good playing ugly against Wisconsin.
Sure didn't.
They looked like they didn't want to be a part of it.
They kind of didn't look good playing ugly against Wisconsin either. That was an ugly game.
Wisconsin, or as I said, Wisconsin or Penn, Penn
sorry,
State.
I thought you said Indiana. My apologies.
No, Indiana. I think they tried to play their style, and Indiana said no.
Yeah.
But Wisconsin, that was an ugly game, and they didn't look comfortable playing it.
Mm-mm.
And that's what I want to see out of Oregon this week. Is like I said, I picked Iowa because I don't think Oregon's comfortable playing that. Is comfortable being good ugly.
I know. I still don't know where I am.
They have the personnel to.
100%.
But
they have the talent without a doubt.
But
I
can
think
they
have
do
the
it?
coaching as well. Yep. It's just adapting to Big Ten life is
all very different.
It's very, very different in the Big Ten. I miss the Pac-12. At least you guys play like Pac-12 still.
We're still definitely Pac-12, Jason.
Yeah. Throw the ball. Wide receivers for days.
Super explosive.
Yeah. Scoring 35, 40 points a game.
It's fun.
Sitting under a tree with your fish sandwich and your fat girlfriend, sipping on some lemonade. God, those were the days. Those were the days. All right, 10 Toes Down is next. Get your questions in, 503-864-6326, or the YouTube chat. We'll do that next. This is 105.1 Portland Sports Leader, The Fan.
sitting here.
Sooner or later, man's got to pick sides.
This is 10 Toes Down, where the firm picks a side and is all in.
They know where I'm at, 10 toes down.
On the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM, 1080 AM. The Fan.
All right, this is 10 Toes Down. We do it every single Thursday at 12:15. We're happy to have you along for the ride. 10 Toes Down, where you must choose a side. You must have a belief. None of this wishy-washy crap. Danny, I'm tired of you being a coward.
I'm just
I thought
tired.
we got rid of that guy off our station.
I'm just tired. I'm energy drinkless and I'm struggling.
Oh, yeah. How is the energy drink life going?
Day 3 without him.
Danny's just scratching over there.
Fighting it hard, man. I told you, like, I don't have a...
if I had my eyes closed right now, if I'm listening in Radio Land, you sound like you're about to cry.
I am. I'm fighting it. What did I tell you when I'm going to... What did I tell you I'm going to do?
Loser.
What did I tell you I'm going to do when I get home tonight?
Take a nap.
I'm tired.
You sound like me.
I'm just... The lack of caffeine is just killing me.
Oh, boy. Give Swag some love. He's been up since 2 a.m.
Butt crack at dawn.
4.
Do you have coffee?
Yeah, I've had coffee.
I've had nothing.
I haven't had any coffee since 9.
I have my bro jug of water. That is what I have.
Oh,
And then I
where
gotta
is
go
it? I
home,
can't see
clean
it.
up.
You only see the top.
I can't see anything.
You only see the top.
It's camouflage.
There you go. But we got a late night tonight, so 7:30 tip tonight.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna.
It's a
you're
long
gonna
one
need
for
it.
you.
You're gonna need it. All right, let's just get right into this. I think we're a double 10 toes. I think we're 20 toes down today, but we'll see how this goes. We'll start. This is from the first hour. It came in 10 toes down. Is it time for Jaylen Brown to stop lying to himself and break out the old Bic? This is getting kind of embarrassing for him.
For anybody that did not see this, he rubbed up against Kaishan George with his head.
Oh yes.
And Kaishan George has
And it's not the first time.
No, this is the second time it's happened. Kaishan George had a undershirt on, like a compression shirt,
It's like
white
a white
one.
shirt. Yep.
And you see the paint from Jaylen Brown's head rub off on Kaishan George's undershirt. And he's looking at it. George is like, what the hell is this? Kudos to Jaylen Brown. He quote tweeted the video of it that went out last night and said, AI is getting out of control.
Fake news, bro.
Fake news, bro. Let it go.
Dude, amigo, right here. Okay?
Let it go.
All right. This is your boy right here. We'll go bald for 10 toes
There you
down
go.
here. All right. I used to have very long, curly.
I saw pictures and I was
luscious
like, there's
hair.
no way. And he did.
My hair used to be absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would grow it out really, really long,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would shave it completely down to the studs like I've got right
Mm-hmm.
now, and then grow back. Well, one time
It just didn't come back.
it stopped coming back right here in the front, and it was really thin and like a little tuft. And I started having the circle of death in the back, but I was like, I'm not too worried about that. But the forehead was losing it.
Yeah.
The hairline was going back and back, and now it's completely gone. I had it one time where my hair was long and the front looked bad, and since then I shaved my head.
Look,
When it's time, brother, it's time. And Jaylen Brown, because what does he claim? Is he claiming that it's like hair gel? Is he trying to claim that it's not paint?
I mean, it's paint. It's the spray on.
It's the LeBron James thing?
Yes. No, LeBron had the plugs.
Oh, that's right. The bad plugs.
Boozer had like the legitimate
Boozer
paint
painted,
on.
yes.
Let it go.
Let it go, dude.
Just let it go. Like, look, man.
Maybe he's afraid that his head looks like a phallic symbol, which a lot of people worry about.
It does. I mean, but just go headband. Do something.
Ooh, like a Rajon? Go Rajon Rondo?
Just do something, man. You know, but let it go. Or make the trip to Turkey in the offseason, dog. Commit one way. If you're gonna go do the hair
They got
thing, go.
more advanced hair plugs over there in
Yeah,
Turkey.
they do,
Dude, yeah, that's where everybody goes. Like,
Turkey's the spot.
if you fly to Turkey, I'm not kidding. If you fly to Turkey, you will see a bunch of dudes with all these little dots on their head because they just got the treatment or flying back out of Turkey. You will see it on every flight.
My
It is
stepbrother did
nuts.
it.
What did they figure out over there?
I have
or
no
what
idea.
is non-regulated over there? I guess.
That's
you
the better
go.
question. That's the better question. I just looked at us on the YouTube, and I looked at it's the lighting, but there is clear like where my hat is. It's just like white.
Yeah.
and glowing.
Yeah, no, like my hair is barely starting to go back in the crown. I am 41 years old.
You're in good shape.
My hair is my hair. It's one of the few things that's still holding on and doing okay. But the second it goes, if it does go, I'm shaving it. I'm not holding on to it. Just let it go, dog. Let go.
Yeah.
10 toes.
You got to let it go, brother.
If you're not going to let it go pay the money. You can afford it.
My mom always tried to convince me that she would pay for me to get my hair fixed.
Mm.
And I think I was always scared that my hair wouldn't come back
Is there a
curly.
point of no return anymore?
I know Urlacher was gone, and now he's got a full head of hair.
Okay.
But that's fake.
But
This isn't a Shaka Smart situation where it's like you just didn't like your long hair and then it's like, wait a sec.
you can grow.
Your long hair is awesome.
Yeah. But Urlacher's was gone.
I'm so mad / jealous of Shaka Smart. That's a good looking dude. And you have hair? Dude, I thought you were just bald.
I mean, Suit gave me crap when I cut my long hair off. He's like, I can't grow that. You shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Yeah. A lot of you baldies chiming in that you agree. Look, we're bald.
Well, look, I had the COVID hair.
Dude, you might have the best hair at the station.
Down all the way down mid-back.
Yeah, you got a little rug going.
Oh, yeah.
10 toes down, the best meal I've ever had in my life was surf and turf at the top of the Stratosphere in Vegas. Cost me $201 before tips, and I would do it again. The best meal you've ever had, you're 10 toes down.
So this one's actually really tough for me because I had a couple that popped in my head. I had a lamb shank in Vegas.
You love lamb.
I do.
Lamb's wonderful.
It was so unbelievably good. It's either that or a steak that I had in Vegas. I went out for a dinner with somebody who's worth more money than you could ever imagine and had the most expensive meal I've ever had in my entire life. And it was worth every penny. I didn't pay for it, but it was worth every penny. It was the most incredible thing I've ever eaten. But yeah, that lamb was so unbelievable. You know what? No, screw it. I'm gonna go sideways here. I got invited into a home in Afghanistan and had lamb there, and from the farm.
That sounds delicious.
And every last bit of that meal, it was lamb with a mint jelly, some chickpeas, hummus made from on the stone. That's the best meal I've ever had. That is the best meal I've ever had.
Mine is a veal crusted dish that I had from this very small restaurant in Paris. They made these like egg roll type things that came with it with raw tuna in the center.
Oh,
so it was like it had the whole fried paper like an egg
flash
roll would.
fried.
Yeah, but inside was still uncooked raw tuna as an appetizer, and this veal, absolutely incredible, and a nice bottle of wine, and my best friend in the entire world with me.
There you go.
Shout out France.
What about you, Swag?
Shout out France for
you
good
go.
food.
Maui Mama's Fish House.
Ooh, baby.
Freshly caught macadamia crusted ono that was caught that morning. Have you ever been to Mama's Fish House?
I have not.
I have not.
I haven't been to Maui. I'm only a Wahoo guy.
The fresh catch, there's a taco stand in Baja, California, just outside Ensenada. Literally watch the guy walk down the hill 40 feet, grab the line, pull the fish in. It took him like 5 minutes to pull the fish in, bring it up there, cut it up, batter it, and throw it on there. Best fish tacos I've ever had in my life, hands down.
No, so Mama's Fish House is up in Paia. At the north end of Maui, and it's an institution. It's been there. You go in, and it's not all. It's right beachy. Families owned it forever. There's pictures of all these celebrities all over the place. But you get your menu, and it has the dude that caught the fish that morning printed on the menu with it. So yeah, it was in a vanilla butter sauce, and then had like macadamia nut. Rice pilaf and
just had you like fanning yourself afterwards.
Pretty much, had just the freshest, lightest, crispiest tempura, butterfly, ginormous prawns there for an appetizer. It was delightful.
Man, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too.
I'm hungry.
It's nooner too, dude.
Yeah,
man,
I know.
like this is the time.
This is tough.
I think I'm gonna take my wife back to this restaurant.
In Paris?
Yeah, we ate
Okay.
there twice when we were there.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah, it was this real small place. I ended up having a smoke with the owner. I went for a walk one day, and he was standing outside having a smoke. Who's like also the bartender and the server.
Yeah.
And we had a very great conversation about Americans in Paris. Very pro Americans
go.
in Paris. He
There
was
you go.
very, very
Well, I'm
nice.
looking forward. That might change this summer. So as going
Summer of swag, going to Paris.
we are going on a cruise in Italy, from Italy
Ooh.
down
Yeah.
the Croatian, the Dalmatian coast.
Nice.
But
Nice.
it's a small ship. It's like an old Christopher Columbus with the whole
Oh.
sails.
The mast and everything.
200 passengers, Michelin 5-star cuisine.
Okay.
So I'm very curious. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. And then we're going to get there early and work our way from Rome up to Venice. We'll leave from Venice. So I am hoping as we take in
The floating city.
Italy, we will stumble upon some fantastic food. Both
Oh, you will. You will.
both nice restaurants to go into, as well
Also,
as
the little mom and pops,
little
man.
mom and pop
Oh,
bistro, something
yeah.
on the streets or whatever.
It's unreal.
yeah.
All right, we'll take a little break. We'll come back a little more 10 toes down as I got some more of your questions coming in. We'll get a little sportsy here.
Saw a couple in there. Were pretty fun.
There's one in there that might get a little spicy, if you know what I'm talking about.
I like it. I like it.
But first, we'll toss it to Swigard with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, Thursday Night Football is an AFC West grudge match in the Mile High City. The Broncos welcome the Raiders in for a 5:15 kick on Prime Video. Denver maintaining as a 9.5-point favorite. They start the game 7-2, leading that division. Elsewhere in the NFL, Cardinals put quarterback Kyler Murray on injured reserve. He'll miss at least the next 4 games, with many speculating he's taking his last snap for Arizona. Jacoby Brissett will continue to start this Sunday. They tangle with the Seattle Seahawks. You'll hear that game right here on The Fan. From the major leagues, the San Diego Padres agreeing to a 3-year contract with recently retired relief pitcher Craig Stammen to be their next manager, succeeding Mike Schilt. The Blazers are off until Saturday. They will start a 5-game road trip in Miami. That after handing the Thunder their first loss of the season, 121-119. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Jason Swigard from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with
Continuing part 2 of 10 Toes Down, as we do every single Thursday at 12:15. Got the great Jason Swigart in on the ones and twos today. Thanks for double duty, amigo. Let's see here. What do we got? We've decided when you're bald, you're bald.
Yes.
We've decided that we like food.
We do like food.
Big food
Love
fans. Big
I
food
really like
fans.
caffeine right now.
Dude, I didn't even think about it. We were talking in the break, like post Blazer game too. What time did you get home last night?
12:12. Not that I was counting. Not that I was counting.
And it can't be one of those things where you like do caffeine the morning after a game, because then you'll just do it every day.
Yep.
Like if you're trying to quit, you know, you can't just have cigarettes when you're drinking,
Why?
because
Why?
then you'll have cigarettes when you're not drinking.
Why would you try to quit caffeine?
Old Monster Drink over here has himself a problem.
We were at 3 a day at one point.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I got 3 or 4 cups of coffee every morning.
Yeah, but there's not like guarine and taurine
Yeah.
and, you know.
And I'm traditional straight black coffee. That's it. No junk in there. No sugar. No cream. No.
See, I hate coffee.
Well,
That's the problem.
that's a
Yeah.
big problem.
What I need to do is I need to go I probably need to go tea.
Tea works.
It's probably what I need to do.
Tea's wonderful.
So I did have
English breakfast tea right back here
Yeah.
in case of emergency.
I did have tea at the Blazers game last night.
a nice Earl Grey.
Yeah.
I'm a Captain Picard guy. I like a nice Earl Grey.
I need to
or a bergamot.
English or Irish breakfast
See,
tea is very nice.
I like a
too.
good. I went out to dinner at. Speaking of great meals locally, Dar es Salaam in Wilsonville, Moroccan food, straight banger. But you can get a pot of this mint tea with like a hint of orange in it. Might be my favorite, like just like off the wall drink I've ever had. It is so unbelievably
Moroccan
good.
food.
Oh yeah, Middle Eastern food is my favorite.
We'll do a quick 10 toes here on some food. 10 toes. Grandmother home cooking is better than your wife's home cooking. Now, this is all kind of situational, because let me tell you what. I had 3 sets of grandparents, all right? None of them could cook. My wife cooks very well. So for me, I'm 10 toes on my wife, but that's situational.
Grandma had a.
Now, are we talking about like stereotypes of grandma's cooking versus wife's cooking? Then yeah, of course.
For when I was younger, didn't have a ton of money. My grandma made me a family recipe book out of they photocopied like handwritten recipes from like the 1800s, like the OG like family recipes, and I still have it. It's probably about an inch thick, and that was pretty cool. And she could definitely cook, but she also. When I was younger, she used to. What did she used to cook? She used to cook some kind of liver or something. It was like, ugh. But other than that, she could really cook. But in every relationship I've ever been in, I've been the lead cook, so it's me.
Yeah.
So
That's my case of going back, my grandfather that I grew up with that was here locally in town was very plain. So my grandma had learned to cook, but cooked to him, so it was
very vanilla.
It was very vanilla. It was cooked very well. All food was always good, but there was nothing.
Very simple ingredients.
Very simple ingredients: meat and potatoes, and not a lot of extra stuff. So actually, the parent that was the true cook was my stepdad. So yeah.
See, when it comes to cooking for me, I do all the extras. I do meat and potatoes, but I do it with all of the seasonings and all of the marinades. And all of the, I mean, you talked about you made some chicken shawarma. You were real excited about that.
Hell yeah! Then I made some other stuff to add to my leftovers.
See, that's
I love to cook.
I mean, I've been eating Thai food the last couple of mornings.
I love to cook.
So
I'm all about it. However, one of my grandmothers, my grandmother Bonnie, she once made a dish when I was like 6 years old, and I did not want it. I was terrified of it. I started crying because I didn't want to eat it, and then I ate it, and it was delicious, and that was fettuccine Alfredo. I was a weird kid when it comes to food when I was younger.
That seems like the most kid food I've ever heard of.
Dude, I didn't eat meat till I was like 7.
What?
Yeah. I was a weird food kid.
This explains so much.
I was a weird food kid. I'm not a weird food kid anymore. I just don't like pineapple or meatloaf.
Never mind.
I hate meatloaf. I hate meatloaf.
Meatloaf on the Traeger is.
You just haven't had good meatloaf. Cool. You haven't ate good dog poop either.
No, I wasn't going to go there.
What?
No, I'm not going to do it. It was
Moving
mean.
on.
It was mean.
This might get things spicy a little bit. 10 toes down.
Mm.
If Phil Knight was never in the equation, but everything else was still the same, Oregon would not be in the Big Ten today. They would be lucky to be in the Big 12.
I mean,
Oh, boy. I don't know.
10 toes. 10
yes.
toes.
Yes, that's probably true, but it
That's
didn't
plausible.
happen. Yeah, I mean,
But I don't know.
you've got to have money from somewhere, and it matters. So yeah, I mean, what's the institution that's good that doesn't have money? Find it for me.
True. Which is why we talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
Why does everybody take shots at Lanning for the best roster money can buy? Everybody's roster is the best roster money can buy.
Again,
If you're in the college football playoff and you're not called Memphis, you have a. Did I hear Josh Pate this morning say that Texas Tech somehow out of nowhere has one of the best weight rooms in America?
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking, I tell you. A giant influx of money comes into their program, and they've got some of the best facilities.
What do they say? It was
I'm
like
shocked, I tell you.
$49 million they spent. Or
Whoa.
something like that. Yeah. So yeah.
Here's what I will say. This might be
But you could replace Oregon with damn near any school. It's not massive. So either financially on its own or in enrollment. So Ohio State, Michigan, USC, Notre Dame, Texas. Am I missing any?
Florida.
LSU,
Florida, probably.
Florida, Bama.
Well, Bama's not big in enrollment, though.
They are not.
They're not that big in enrollment. Like I'm trying to think of
Tennessee, I think.
Tennessee
is probably huge. Here's my 10 toes down on this situation. I agree. They are not in the Big Ten.
Yeah, but I think you can do that with basically any school, not the 7 that we just named.
I think they're in the Pac-12, not this current incarnation of the Pac-12. Texas and Oklahoma Pac-12.
Yeah.
And the Big Ten might not be existing. Because if Texas and Oklahoma leave the Big 12 and the SEC is playing catch-up, in comes Ohio State and Michigan. Right? You see what I'm saying? And the Pac-12, because I think some of that now, a lot of that
or the
situation,
Big 12 completely folds into
exactly.
the Big 10.
Some of that situation is Larry Scott. We all point the finger at Larry Scott. He fumbled that thing big time. But I also wouldn't be shocked if places like Texas and Oklahoma are like, I don't know, dude. Oregon's kind of a sleeping giant up there. They got a ton of money. They got Phil Knight. And then there's USC as well. UW has history. Stanford at the time was a good program. You know, the Arizona schools, don't go play them on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Because things get weird down in the desert. That I think there's a chance that part of what gets Oklahoma and Texas not into the Pac-12 is that Oregon has money. And if Oregon is just a Cal or a UCLA or an Arizona State or a Wazoo and
You're left hanging.
some good little history, but nothing crazy, hit a Rose Bowl now and then. I think the Pac-12 exists with Texas and Utah and Colorado as the Big 12 folds, and maybe the Big 10 is the new ACC or whatever it is. That I actually think it would be a cooler world, personally.
You would like that.
I would like that. I would like that. I'd be in a real conference. I'd be in a real conference.
You'd be a real boy.
I want to be a real boy. Too bad I'm not.
Instead, they went full Pinocchio and they lied to you.
That's the truth. That is 10 toes down. I've got some saved for next week should we need them. So sorry if we didn't get to all
There's a couple
yours.
evergreen ones in there that I saw.
Me too.
Those are good.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on those. When we come back, closing arguments, and we'll send you on your way. This is the firm of Harrison Marang on 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
For me, it's the most, month since, I think ever. So, it's obviously a lot different. And you have to adapt to just playing a lot more games and, get used to that. But, I wouldn't say anybody's happy. The guys obviously trying to stay level-headed and know that we got a lot more games to go and it's still really early. But, I'm speaking personally, I know it's not fun.
That is Cooper Flagg on his team that sucks really bad.
Yeah, the Mavs suck, and if you don't know, Cooper Flagg played at Montverde with one of the best high school basketball teams we've probably ever seen.
And a Final Four Duke team.
Yeah, that played an incredible run throughout college. This is a guy who hasn't lost.
I know. It'll be tough for him to figure it out. This Easy Play brought to you by Home Z. Use Home Z's online calculator to estimate your project instantly. Make it easy. Call Home Z. That's HOMZE. HomeZ.com.
We just finished our roof and siding with Homesy. I got a clear itemized estimate from their team. Their certified installers are real pros. It was exactly how home improvement should be.
Wrapping up for the day,
You want answers? I think I'm entitled.
which means it's time for the closing arguments. Brought to you by Leskin Law. One-day divorce mediation. Peace treaties, not war plans. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information.
You want answers? I want the truth.
On the Fan Sports Network.
You can't handle the truth.
105.1 and 1080, The Fan.
All right, this is Closing Arguments. We'll finish up the day and send you on your way. I hope you have a great little Thursday night football tonight. I'm excited to watch some football. Kind of standalone sports night for me. Any good hockey on tonight, Swag, or good slate? Is Thursday the TNT games?
No, that's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Thursday's usually the ESPN Plus Hulu games.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, if it's regular ESPN coverage, Pierre's ain't watching that.
You get Caps and Penguins, the Hulu game at 4:30, so could be the last time you see Ovechkin and Crosby.
Which is
Ooh.
insane. It's those long. Also, Bennington.
Yeah, we had fun with that.
Look, for those that don't know, the goalie for the Blues.
Damn it, Danny. We were going to do this tomorrow.
I don't care. We're going to do it here. It was just too funny. Ovechkin scores his 900th goal. He's the first guy in NHL history to do it. And
Dude, he's got to hang around for 100 goals.
Yeah.
Make it a clean 1,000.
Well, Bennington takes his glove off and pockets the puck down his pads. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I think he was trying to make sure that it got back to Ovi. Now, he could be stealing it. I mean, it's a nice little heirloom to get there.
I thought he was going with that. Either, all right, eBay, here I come.
Mm-hmm.
Or he was so mad that he was the one that gave up the 900th that he was not about to let him enjoy it.
Oh, so you don't think there's any chance that he was keeping
I don't
it
know.
for
It's
him?
one of the two.
Okay.
Either he was very in the moment of knowing what history was and what that little memento might mean to people. But yes, it was TV cameras everywhere, and
That would be like
Hockey Central operations in Toronto whistled down to the linesman. It's like, nope, that's going to end up in the Hockey Hall of Fame, I think.
That'd be like if Rojas hit that home run in the Dodger game and it goes to the Dodger bullpen and Kershaw picks it up and goes, well, that's mine now.
No, if it went to
I'm
the
gonna throw
Blue
this
Jays
bullpen. Yeah, that's more akin.
And Varland says, I'm keeping this.
Yeah. So, but I thought that was a fun little thing there. But also,
yeah, you got that. The late game is the defending champion Panthers at your Kings. That'll be the late game on Hulu. Lightning are at Vegas at 7.
Are my Jets on the TV?
Winnipeg, no. Wild at the Hurricanes, and Montreal at the Devils. Those are 4, but it's all on ESPN Plus. Those and those 2 Hulu games.
Well, I have ESPN Plus because I pay for Disney Plus. Damn it!
I'm kind of boycotting that right now. Again, this isn't in service of YouTube. It's just to tell ESPN to go to hell. Knock it off.
Yeah.
Freaking Disney. Stupid mouse.
Kind of a little leftover from 10 Toes Down in that Oregon conversation. This got texted in on the fan text line 503-864-6326 that I kind of want to circle back to. And I asked the question, like, why does Oregon always get poked at for the best roster money can buy? And this listener points this out, and I'm curious where you all feel on this. I think the bigger issue some people have with Oregon is that it was essentially just one guy who paid for everything, as opposed to a broad-based grassroots community with a lot of money that was built up over the years. You're talking about nouveau riche.
Yeah.
Is what you're talking about. You're talking about the Kennedy family of the world. When they showed up with money, everybody hated them because they weren't old money.
Yeah, and then Texas is oil money. But also, the same token, people got mad at Oklahoma State when old T-Boone just started going, you know what? Here's a check. Here's a check. Here's a check.
Right.
Here's a check. Like,
when in reality, every single fan of any team would take that in a heartbeat.
Yes. Like heaven forbid the Walmart family, the Walton family decide to go, you know what? We care about Arkansas football.
Yeah.
Razorback football.
Because everybody else run for the hills.
Yeah, Phil Knight's not the only one writing 2 comma checks there in Oregon. Now, there's a couple more zeros than others.
Sure,
but
it is a strange thing that the DC for Iowa, we talked about that last week, I think, taking a stab, that roster's great. It's the best roster money can buy. I still just, I'll kind of die on this hill that I think people got to get over the Oregon thing because everyone's doing the same thing right now.
I think it's more shots at their own donor base.
It better be. That would make me feel a lot better about it. That would make me feel a lot better.
Yeah. I think it's subtle shots like, hey, if we ever
Big Corn Syrup needs to step up.
Especially when it's Big Ten teams that,
Michigan, Indiana, Ohio State, USC, those teams, they got all the money in the world.
Who's the owner of Coca-Cola? Where did they go to school?
Probably,
you know what I mean?
Probably some like D3 school.
To make that D3. Dude, in 3 years, you can be in D1. In 5 years, you got a natty.
Just James Madison thing?
Dude, just all the way up.
Well, I mean, BYU's pretty good, and they own quite a bit.
Dude, if I had Elon Musk money, dude, they'd shut down college sports because Wazoo would be running the game in everything. Intramural lacrosse, Wazoo wins their 17th natty in a row.
AJ Jabonsa and Cooper Flagg and Cam Boozer and everybody else has come through college basketball.
Cooper Flagg signs a 4-year, $500 million deal to play basketball at Wazoo, and I'll write the check. You know what I mean?
I'll make that money back with interest.
Yeah, and I get it. That's why Oregon State fans are like, yo, where's Nvidia, bro? And it's like, you open up that can, dude, and things going to get real
Or
wild.
even that Panda money.
Panda money is not Nvidia money.
No,
though.
but Panda money, they went to Oregon State too.
That's true, yeah. I mean, that would be more on par with like a Phil Knight. I mean, Nike is not the size of Panda, or Panda's not the size of Nike, excuse me. But like, be careful if you really want some of these guys to step in, because like women's soccer, the 1 seed is Wazoo again.
Yeah,
shocking. We would not win every single year because every once in a while someone would catch it. Cooper has a bad shooting night tonight, and Wazoo goes down in the Sweet 16.
Total random squirrel moment, Panda adjacent. Walking around the concourse at Moda the other night, I was like, there'll be a Panda here soon.
I know.
There'll be a Panda in the building.
Who's more excited for Panda in the building, you or Andy Dirt Johnson?
Look, man, I'm just saying.
He won't shut up about it.
Look, man.
That'll get Dirt to go to games.
That'll
right?
get him to go to games.
Seriously?
He's gonna start advocating for it in Memorial Coliseum.
Well, I mean, it'll be in both. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean,
if he takes over the whole, if he's running the whole thing.
yeah, they're going to own the whole thing. But they're the part of the sale is to own the whole thing. So yeah, no.
So the city's going to sell it back to him.
I want to get my Beijing beef.
Love the Beijing beef.
I'll get down some orange chicken every now and then, but I love the Beijing beef.
I love this. Tell that texter that sucks to suck. Go Ducks, and thank you, Phil. See, that's the attitude.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah, so you go.
A little more of that action.
I'm okay with that.
I am too.
Admit it.
I am too.
It's okay.
I think Swag brings up a great point, though. It's because it's a shot at their own fan base.
Oh, it probably is an element of that for sure.
I mean, I think that's why, like, we were having the conversation off air during the switch. That's why, like, I'd be very, very happy if I was Iowa. If I went to Iowa and that's the state of my football program, I'd be very, very happy because there isn't a ton of money. And you know what you're going to be every single year.
I don't know, man. Big
every
corn
once in
syrup
a
gets
year-
a lot of subsidies.
Every once in a once in a while, you slide into a Rose Bowl, etc., and you kind of do all that stuff. And I think that's fantastic.
There you go.
Never forget who you are. Don't be afraid to look in the mirror and understand what you got going
Cook
on.
it up every now and then.
If you're bald, shave it, baby. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. Coming up on tomorrow's show, we will get into our dance around the Pacific Northwest and their picks. We'll have a guest on talking Timbers as they are in a do or die this weekend to advance in the playoffs. And we'll talk a little Lincoln Riley.
There you go.
Could he be on the move? Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you tomorrow. For Danny Marang, thank you again to Jason Swigard. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.